Howdy, y'all! It's the VR League. Welcome to the VR League Echo Combat 2019 Euro Cup number 5. I'm here with my good friend Lauren. Say hello, Lauren.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Rip ears. Actually, I just realised I was shouting into my headphones.
Live from Texas, it's the Echo VR League. Oh man,
God.
that was great.
Rip, yeah, sorry, headphone users.
For me springing that on you literally 30 seconds before, like, hey, you do the intro. That was great. That was good.
Okay, that's cool. Well, yeah, I completely forgot that I'm not using my my mic, where I would have actually moved away from it, not to make everyone's ears bleed. But nah, it's fine. Everyone, I'm sorry.
Ear damage is not permanent, right?
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh god, no, please. Please. I already have ear damage. And it is permanent. So don't move. So, but for tonight, we are back with...
in here.
oh god. we have a wonderful, almost ESL caster. It's Jesse, who's with us tonight. Who's back from the wonderful mythical land of Poland.
I am. It is very
with us.
wonderful and very mythical, and yeah, it requires lots of 4 a.m. starts. So I'm quite thankful I get to spend this weekend like actually sleeping. Yeah, last weekend I literally, you probably, I don't know if you noticed on stream, but I literally did, I did not, by the time I got back, I had not slept for over 54 hours.
Jesus.
Because I flew from Jersey to the UK, to Gatwick, stayed at Gatwick overnight, then I had to be up for a 4 a.m. shuttle, which meant by the time I was going to go to sleep, it was like, there was no point, I might as well just stay up. So I stayed up, and then I got one flight to the next, then ended up in Krakow, drove down, got to the hotel, was there for like an hour, then went to the studio. Then by the time we finished the show, which was like 2 a.m., I had to get the shuttle back to the airport at 4 a.m. So I literally just went with Blue to one of the casters' places, and we just watched Game of Thrones. And then I just basically went from there, got an Uber back to the hotel, and then back to my shuttle, and then just all the way back to Jersey. So
Jesus Christ,
yeah,
man.
It was like 50 hours of travel, and it was
holy shit,
like 50 straight hours. So I'm actually pretty chill this weekend. I'm in a pretty good, pretty happy with where I am right now, having actually slept yesterday. So yeah, good spot.
Oh my god, that's insane. Jesus Christ.
You know when you don't sleep though, and you break through the barrier. Like I did that.
Oh, yeah.
So like I got through. I think it was like I got through to 50 hours, and then I was like, oh, I'm fine again. Like this is cool. I can go another day now. And I actually stayed up when I got home as well. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then I went up to bed at normal time, and then I actually woke up the next day really well refreshed. So don't. It didn't hit me too bad, but it was still a slog.
Jesus. That kind of explains this, because like when you got home, we had a brief conversation. And
oh yeah,
you were like AFK for a couple of days.
yeah, that was basically me recovering.
Jeez, that sounds like a hell of a fucking trip, but it was good.
Yeah,
it's always
it was really good.
You cast in a very professional.
Yeah, the show was great, and Blue was great. La Crew were great. It was just it was really nice, really fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the show this weekend as well, because I actually have no idea who's going to be doing it this week. I know Blue's going to be doing it, obviously, but I don't know who else. So it'll be interesting to see, because they seem to be switching up quite a lot. So it's good stuff.
We're looking forward to it. But for tonight, I've already just kind of picked a game and gotten into that, and it looks like they might already be going. Jesus Christ, that was quick.
That was quick. That was very quick.
They might be going, or they might be in just something. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, do you want to invite me as and when you're in?
I'll get you invited.
Okay.
Looks like they're going. Okay, we'll get this sorted. We'll give you the intros in just a little bit while we get this set up. You should have a couple of invites. Oh.
Okay, un momento.
Here we go. Right, please, second bit. Now, of course, for anyone that's wondering what the hell's happening and why you're hearing payload sounds, is because, of course, payload is #1. It has been for 1 week now, and it is number 1. That's how things are. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna switch over to the payload thing. You can actually see it now. It's not the right team names at all. We'll get that fixed in a little bit. We are at the There we go. We're at the second checkpoint. We're going straight ahead. Blast, of course, is the orange team, and they are going on ahead very, very efficiently. Not really being stopped, unfortunately, by someone there. Getting a little bit of a stoppage in. I'll just get the last couple of names sorted out. And we have, I think, I don't know if that's a new team. I think it is a new team. We have an old face on there, Iterium and Brexit 2018. That's always good. It's good to get political references in there. But it looks like Blast are, either way, they are doing their best and just kind of going along, going ahead. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Looks like this is the last push before they win this one out. Blue is doing their best to try and stop them. Do get a really good stun out, but nothing that will stop them for too long. And it goes down. One last push from Mighty will get stopped, and round 1 is completed. Whew, are you in there?
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
Good, good.
Well done, Blur.
Okay,
Go.
so toggle that window. And hey, I can see everything again. Cool.
There we go. So, Casual Echoes is, of course... Oh, it's switching around now. Oh, and the thing. We'll figure it out. There we go.
So
a little bit of a ghetto
I'm already
setup
seeing that I need to update the overlay for payload, clearly.
Yeah. I completely forgot to do anything about it.
It's fine. I will make a mental note to do it this week. So next week we will have a much more beautified payload overlay.
Ooh.
I've actually been doing overlays the last day, so that's fine. So, okay, so first map is okay, right, you're going to have to get me up to date with the payload format, because I have not actually cast a game with payload yet. So can you just run me through, long story short, how this is going back to back? I'm aware of like the rounds that happen, so you do 2 pushes each, is it still?
Yeah. How this basically happens is the whole big round is basically payload, Dyson, then combustion, and maybe there's going to be a bit of a change there. A little bit later, who knows. But yeah, payload, Dyson, then combustion. We have 2 rounds going up each. I believe it's if you both get the farthest. Sorry, if round 1 is a win and round 2 is a win, then we'll go on the time that's left on each of the rounds. If not, of course, it's whoever wins that will win it out. Jesus Christ, Blast is just doing their thing. But yeah, whoever wins out... Jeez, I need to
You okay
do this again. It's very hot in here. Basically, if both teams win...
I'm sorry. I'll leave.
I know. We're getting paid pennies. So...
Oh god, stop. No.
If you win, if both teams win their rounds,
okay,
and both teams have, and Team 1 has 4 minutes left, and Team 2 has 2 minutes left, on the start of the next round, we'll have Team 1 with 4 minutes left, and Team 2 with 2 minutes left on their clock from the start, and it won't go up on checkpoints unless it's below 30 seconds, then it will get reset to 30 seconds.
Okay.
There we go. Now we've gone through it.
Cool. Okay, cool. So, yeah, looking at, obviously, Blast, wait, so, hold up.
Blast is now blue.
Yeah, so I've just realized, my interface is bugged. So, on my screen, everyone is appearing as blue, and everyone is appearing as blue, and there is no one on orange team. So it is literally just blue team fighting a blue team. This is great. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. So I'll let you take the reins on this one.
Well, I mean, there's not really that much to say. Blast on the blue team here, of course. Not all on blue team, but Blast on the blue team is just kind of destroying Casual Echoes. Not really a lot going on. We haven't seen it being pushed too far. And it's not even the best setup in the world. It's just Casual Echoes. I believe it's a new-ish team, so they won't have that much team play. Blast, of course, being one of the better teams, will have quite a bit more. Also having that arena background for a lot of them. Well, all of them will help.
Okay, so I'm actually going to watch your stream just so I know exactly what they're running. So it looks like Blast are running a like a mixed bag of different. Yeah, I've already screenshotted Manius. I'll put it in Discord. It's great. So looks like they're running a bit of a mixed bag. You got 4 heals though, so 4 instant repair, or not 4 instant repairs, 4 repair matrices. I know Echo. Ready at Dawn mentioned that they wanted to address the repair matrix in the upcoming patches. I think they said they wanted to do some balancing on it. I'm a bit surprised. I guess it makes sense though, because that's quite a big deal in terms of buffing and nerfing. Because if you've got a huge payload and combustion changes coming out, you don't really also want to throw a repair matrix change into that, given that it's such a staple at the moment for a lot of these teams, as we're seeing from Blast and pretty much every other team at the moment. So, I would actually. Although we want to see this repair matrix change. Oh look, they've suddenly now just. Oh no, okay, no, I just realised. For a second there, I was about to say they suddenly all appear on the right team, but then I just noticed and I was looking at the wrong screen. So I was looking at your stream, in which everything appears fine. But sorry, coming back to my point is that it's actually quite good. I think that they haven't introduced that already. However much we do want a new repair matrix patch to come through, because it is a bit broken. Hence why everyone uses it all the time.
Yeah, and I mean. Yeah, I was about to say, for anyone that says it isn't broken, if you have a team that has repair matrices and you have one that doesn't, the one with repair matrices will win. It's as simple as that. There's not really going to be much competition.
The problem is, I don't think there are enough. Enough. I don't think there are enough weapons or necessarily tactics that are easily executed or utilized that do enough damage quickly enough to prevent them from being useful, right? Because the only real counter to it is the kind of hyper-aggressive push plays where you go and insta-kib someone like with shotguns or whatever, or it's using multiple meteors or comets and then insta-killing someone. Basically, the answer is you want to try and insta-kill. However, both of those strategies or weapon choices essentially have huge drawbacks in that if you're doing that hyper aggressive play, if the other team know that, they can kill you off so easily if they call it, or if they notice it, they pull back, they bait you in, they kill you off, and then you basically lose that push immediately. So it's actually something that right now is really hard to counter, because the counter plays that are there are basically are such high risk reward plays, right? And they're extremely risky, so no one really it's not worth it. Basically, long story short, and that's the answer as to why repair matrix isn't pretty much used by everyone. So it's gonna be interesting, because I think there's multiple ways they can address it. They can either nerf it, or they can introduce more things that can counter it essentially. So either more weapons or more abilities that actually do that. But it's a really interesting one.
It is. I'm looking very much forward to seeing what they will do with it, because it's gonna change more or less everything. And as you said, you don't want to do that in the middle of a season, in the middle of a stage. You don't
absolutely.
Want to do that. So.
And the other thing is, I think as well, because there's two ways: you can nerf it or you can add something else. The problem is, whatever you add, whatever something else it is, unless it's something we've actually, I think quite a few people have actually talked about it. We talked about this on the Discord with a couple of the Echo Combat players. Something like the Anno grenade from Overwatch that actually prevents healing would actually be really, really cool. That would be a fantastic way of preventing that. Basically something that stops healing. And a grenade we thought was the most skill-based way of actually countering that, right? Yeah. And especially if you can hit that grenade on the person that's doing the healing, the person that's actually triggering it, that could then stop it for all the other people that would be healing. So rather than it being kind of it's almost like a disabler, right? So you're disabling them from using healing or receiving it. So it's like a vice versa thing, which I think would be really cool. Stuff like that I think would be great. Like a nano bot grenade or something that disables your healing functionality would be cool. But yeah, I think there's different ways. So it's going to be interesting to see how Rad handles it, basically.
I'm looking very, very much forward to it. But for right now, I'm looking very much forward to seeing this. We have Casual Echoes vs. Blast again on Dyson, most people's favorite map for good reason. It's very open, very lovely to look at, and I quite enjoy thinking about what it actually is, but that's probably just me. We have Casual Echoes going out 2-on-2. No one actually going out in a full force, except for Blast, of course, will win out this first fight almost instantly. Yeah, you don't want to go 2 against 4. That's not going to do you any favors. And if you do that once, you're going to have to do that again, because you'll probably lose the first one. See Blast losing 1 member here, but as 3 members all in all are down for Casual Echoes, it's not looking good at the start.
Yeah, it's they get 1 pickup. They do. Sorry, they don't get pickup. They do get pickup. Yeah, Lego gets picked up like very early in that fight. He's going to be back in the fight already. They're pushing. They're getting aggressive. I mean, this is a pretty comfortable hold from them, as you kind of mentioned. Obviously, yeah, they're kind of splitting 2 and 2, which, because I mean, even if they take the point right now, Blaster in a great spot. I mean, rotating around to that open is completely fine. Looks like Blaster rotating with 2 people, so they're boosting around with 2, and then they're keeping kind of 2 people in open, seemingly. Oh no! Sorry, I take it back. It was just someone got picked off early in that fight from Blast side. Who's getting really aggressive here? That is, I can't see the player.
36. That is Lego, going in, getting really aggressive, almost getting killed, but healing himself. Going in behind, see if they can get some picks off. Iterium and Clipton will both get killed. And the point is still firmly in Blast's hand. We're gonna have to see something else coming out from Casual Echoes, because they're just floating in 1 by 1, and it's not really doing them much. Nilovic will get put down, but even if this point gets captured, and it won't, it was only 1 person versus 3 right there. You want to go in as a team, and that's, I think, what Casual Echoes is missing right now, because they're going in 1 by 1. They're not really doing it fast enough. They're not doing it efficiently enough for it to really matter. And even when we see 3 people going in here, we have Mightyasm going in alone, already engaging before his team has engaged. So that's it's a bit of a weird one, although most of Blast has been pushed away.
Yeah, I feel like if I was to give advice to any new team, right, in terms of like what strategy do you do? Like how do you get into it? How do you compete against other top teams? I think my advice would basically be ball of death, right? Just think ball of death with everything you do. Don't go over. You don't have a ball of death, and ball of death is 4 teammates that all go in like is one big clump and try and kill people, basically. Like I think that is like probably the easiest strategy to follow, and I think is one of the things that, if they were to pull that out now, they'd at least get enough kills to actually contest on some of these fights, which I think is the main thing. Like, it's this kind of stuff. Because, and the other thing is, well, I think the reason why new teams do this, especially, is that the kind of it's the difference between Call of Duty and Overwatch, right? Overwatch, you play Ball of Death and you play GOAT and everything else, and Call of Duty, you kind of do this one at a time, spread out FPS, take like fights all around. And I think the thing is, people need to come into combat playing the Overwatch style of play, because it is very comparable to Overwatch, right? You wait for your team, you do not run out without them, even if it's capture the point. And I mean, you've also got capture the point on Overwatch. I mean, it's literally comparable to Overwatch, right? So, but the long story short is, you need to go as a ball of death, because you go 1 by 1 in this kind of format, like you would do in Call of Duty or any other kind of FPS, contractors onwards as well, to some extent, the pubs that you play in those, or pubs for Echo Combat as well. You just lose. You will outright lose almost every single time.
Yeah, it's not. It's a weird one, but yeah, you have to like, you can't work the finer points of the game if you don't really understand the basics. We've said this quite a few times before. A good attack coming out here, doing Ball of Death like you just said, but it won't be as very effective, as Brexit will already get pulled down. Mighty Atom with him, and a good meteor shot that will hit but do unfortunately no damage. We'll seek to take the last person down. What is happening here?
Did you see Interim dancing there?
Oh yeah, doing the little crabbing thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting killed out. It's not.
Actually, they're taking them low, to be fair. Like, they are taking Blast low, and they do get a pick there. So that is, they are getting little picks here and there.
Oh, we have a sneaky.
And they're going to take the point right now. So this is actually a pretty good spot. I mean, this is kind of what Blast want, right? You want them to cap the point, then you want to fight after that, because then you get the high respawn timers. And yeah, like, if you're just watching like Lego running around right now, he's just basically got a Nova, and he's just like completely destroying. He's like, he has capacity to boot game taken low. Boop and Gecko running the Meteor, because I know he actually mentioned that he needs to just practice Meteor until he gets good at it, and I think that's what he's doing right now. So yeah, interesting stuff from them.
Interesting little setup we have also a bunch of healing, just like more healing than we've seen in quite a while coming out from Blast. sorry, Lala, I'll have to say blessed from now on. A lot more healing coming out from them. We usually don't see 2 insta heals and 4 repair matrices, but it's really like it's making them be out much longer. They don't really die in fights. They can get very, very low like Boop and Nilliwick here, but they won't really die. They'll just kind of stay out, just hold the point no matter what. That's basically what's gotten them only 3% for the opposite team. Now, we have here one person coming in, doing his best, but getting killed out, and it's tough going up against Blast.
Honestly, I feel like I mean, the healing is arguably one of the strongest things in the game right now. But at the same time, I feel like it's also the noob stompiest item in the game as well. Like, because if you've got a team of people effectively using heals, you basically, if you're not coordinated, you just like there's no way. There's almost no way you're gonna win, like at all. Apart from like Ball of Death, which is why I feel like that's like one of the only things that you should advise new teams, like strategy wise, to do. Just go Ball of Death, because that's the only way you can beat teams that are running heal. And then they have to switch items out, which means that you're actually, because they can't just keep running heal if they can never get the chance to use it properly. So I don't know, but heal is also the noob stompiest item as well, because you just run lots of healing and they just can't kill you, and unless they're really structuring them and focus firing like properly, they just can't get the kills.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and I'm very much looking forward to the rework. Let's say it's gonna be good. I always hope for, like, I personally, I want it to be a skill based thing, like maybe only the grenades, or like you have to aim it or something like that. Because that
Anna grenades, I'm down for. I'm so down for Anna grenades. Like,
that would be great.
Because that, like, especially if they're like, because then the thing is, if you've got like an Anna grenade, right? And you're the team running heal, that means you then have to space, which means the healing isn't as effective, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have to space, like it's such a good like kind of logical counter to it, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited. If Rad don't produce Anna grenades anytime soon, I'm going to be disappointed. I hope that, no, honestly, I actually like don't nerf healing at all. Leave it as it is, and just throw in Anna grenades. Like, just do stuff like that, because that is like, that would be great. Because that
just produce counters to it.
Yeah, because that, like, the thing is, it doesn't, that kind of grenade doesn't hurt any other play, right? It doesn't punish any other style of play. It just punishes what's currently overpowered. Yeah. That's the only thing it punishes because of the healing. So I don't know. I feel like it's a very logical solution to the problem that's there. It's just whether or not we get it. I'm excited. I've worked myself up now. I want Anna grenades. Rad, where are Anna grenades? What is wifing in the chat? Like,
get her in there.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you've got an Anna grenade and people get flagged, people get tagged by it, and in a way that they can no longer use insta heal, then for a certain period of time, then like you're fine.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ. I really enjoy like just skill in games. Just, you know, instead of having the healing is kind of like having random crits, in that it's just, you know, there's a bit of skill to it, but like random crits, there's absolutely no. It's just sometimes you're better than others, and the healing's kind of like that, where you just, you know, click a button and then you're just a better player for a little bit because you're also healing. So I kind of want it to be, you know, skill based, in that you have to click a button and also do the right thing.
Yeah, I feel like the insta heal is somewhat like, there is some element of skill in the insta heal grenade, because you have to trigger it at the right time where you maximize the healing potential out of it, which can usually be like in a really tricky situation. So I feel like it is. Yeah, like the one that insta heal grenade. Honestly, I don't even think insta heal needs to be nerfed. I think it's good enough. But if you just can find a way, if you just have an Anna grenade solution to this problem, because that both Anna grenade solution deals with both the long-term insta heal, the long-term healing from repair matrix, and the insta heal grenade, because you can no longer use insta heal grenade on you because it just stops all healing. Like, that in and of itself has a huge amount of use against any team that's running healing, and you're immediately dissuaded from running healing into that as soon as you know that they're running that. So it's I feel like it's a perfect kind of balancing act, because some teams will run the healing counter, some teams will run the healing, and then it's a case of, right, they've died, are they going to now switch out of insta heal, like out of away from healing? At which point my tactical is no longer useful, so I now need to switch. And they're like, oh no, wait, we double bluffed you. We're actually got insta healing still. Like to me that's the perfect like mental game of chess that you kind of want in this game, because I feel like if healing is so good, that's great. I mean, I almost think it's fine as it is. It just needs its kind of a raw counter to it.
Yeah, definitely. But in any case, I hope we'll leave Raz at that. I hope they produce something fantastic that's just like no one's ever thought of it, and then boom, here we are. It's a really, really good thing. But that was...
I don't know. Flush is saying he doesn't like rock paper scissoring, and I actually think I like it because it's only going to be like 1 or 2 players that will need to do it. Like really maximum 2. Like if you've got that kind of grenade, depending on how it is literally employed, as in like the technicalities around it, you're only rock paper scissoring with 1 person, and you can still win a fight if you have it wrong, right? It's just a case of it adds this extra thing you need to think about in like counters, like matchups and counters originally.
Yeah,
I get that, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I mean, it could be the insta grenade gains more as it goes, but then you still got the fact that repair matrix, as we just saw, is just against new teams is just completely broken. Like if you juggle your healing correctly, which all the top teams do, lower teams have literally 0 chance, because their health pool is a quarter of the size of the team that's doing it properly.
Yeah, it's a weird like kind of buff that's kind of necessary, because it's not really about the healing. It's that the healing is constant and already there, and it's basically like more health. You just have a shield.
For pro level, insta heal grenade is way more valuable, and that's why I get what Flush is saying. But I think when you're talking about the general league, the repair matrix is equally as bad, purely on the basis that it takes skill to juggle that healing rotation, and because there is no like simplistic counter to that, apart from your team also juggling that healing rotation or doing these super risky like play kind of strats, that also is like brutal for new teams. Like as you just saw, like they literally stand no chance at all. And it's like, I feel like having skill-based things are good, but having them being the de facto requirement in that if you can't do this, you just lose because the strategy is broken. Like that is, to me, not conducive for combat in general.
That's a weird thing, because the same argument for arena kind of ruins it. I agree with you. For combat specifically, you don't want one thing that you have to have. You never want that. But for arena, like if you can't boost, then you can't play.
Well, that's not true though, because you can. You can.
Oh, you can. Yeah,
there are a huge amount of teams like in America. Like North America was religiously known for anti-boost strategies for like the first 2 seasons. They literally hated boosting. So it's like, it's totally doable and feasible, because I mean, Eclipse literally went on record multiple times saying that how much like boosting was dumb, and it's like, just man mark and pass play, and it's like. And then they almost lost twice to 2 teams that boosted a lot, and then they changed their opinion, funnily enough. But like generally speaking, it's just you can. It's optional. It's like it's a core part of the gameplay, but it's I understand what you mean. There are kind of similarities to draw, but I think that because of how combat works with like the general rock paper scissors of shooters and like having these different options, I feel like it puts it in a slightly different category in terms of how that comes about, in terms of the balancing of that.
Yeah.
Just because there's more variation in it, essentially.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why Jersey's here. Because every time someone says something wrong, he has a complete and utter destruction of any argument right there. I'm happy you're here. I'll just say random dumb shit.
I just have a slightly different opinion.
No, it's completely correct.
No, well, I wouldn't say it's correct. It's an opinion, but it's like it's.
Well,
I don't know. I have a certain feeling about the game, and yeah, Matthias, it religiously known for anti-boosting. Man, if you did go back and check the inter-region chats like pre-Leicester and like pre-Worlds, like season 1, and just tell me how much boosting hate there is, regrabbing hate there is.
Well, I mean, are there still like because I feel like I haven't seen that, but are there still teams that are like anti-boosting?
No. I mean, like I think like after Eclipse almost being beaten by 2 teams that use boosting quite a lot, specifically for the clear and boost strategies that they were using in the finals. Well, actually no, 3 times. Because it was first Worlds, Leicester, and then World Finals 2. And I feel like the other teams are like, oh, okay, maybe regrabbing is actually a pretty good thing. And I think that now there's like this more of a general balance between, okay, teams understand that passing and man marking is great, but they also need to be okay at like regrabbing and boosting because it's equally as important, right? Because it's like a balancing act between the two. Those are your 2 main skills. It's like being able to dribble and being able to pass. Like you need to be able to do both in football, so it's the same for Echo Arena. But yeah, pre Leicester, I'd say, like when we had the invitationals, like there was a pretty man marking and passing is the future, and then now it's like more balanced in America, I'd say.
That's so weird to me, but I mean it just seems like such an integral part of the game, like to me, because like in that like of course you want to clear and boost, of course you want to do that, but it's difficult for me to wrap my head around, but you know.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's one of the things. It's. But yeah, as I say, I think it's like slightly different for combat because as I kind of say before, like I feel Echo Arena is a sport and combat's a game, right? And games require like this meta and this ongoing balancing, which is different to how a sport is balanced. Sports almost never change, and sports have like they're way more physical based with very little variation on that. Which is what Echo Arena is. And Echo Combat is much more variation because there are a huge amount that depends on your loadouts and builds and like all the rest of it. So that's kind of where you need the different tools at your disposal to be able to like counter these things somewhat, but they need the additional skill to get there, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. That's that's the kind of essential difference between, you know, a sport and a game. And that's like very important to keep in mind that even though, as you said, even though they are essentially more or less kind of the same thing, arena and combat, they're very much not at all. Yeah.
Anyone looking at the two will be like the movement's the same, but it's the gameplay and just generally drastically different.
The whole rest of it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So actually, coming back to what we're here for today, combat. So just looking at the rankings for. We're allowed to talk about this until round 2. Is that correct?
We can talk about this for round 1, round 2, and then round 3 and round 4 will be ESL.
Okay, cool.
They will be ESL.
Yeah.
It looks like we have Blast Casual Echoes 2-0. Team Gravity got a default, and we have part-time Pew Pews losing to Toxic Units 0-2. We're still waiting for Floatage Unite and Spastic Crabs.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how these teams match up. I know, obviously, at the moment, like it's Gravity and Blast or Blurst that are back-to-backing in Europe. Like they're the ones that are to watch, like for scrims and like big matches. Gravity hasn't lost a game yet. I'm kind of I mean, when they're like. I feel like, I don't know. The other teams scrim as well, but like the big scrims that happen are usually, I feel like, down to Gravity and Blast because it's a bit of a skill gap, seemingly from those 2 teams and the others. So
it is.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's Gravity haven't dropped a game this season yet either, so I actually kind of want to see them drop a game as well. Like. Call it like morbid curiosity, but no. To be fair, actually, I think obviously the Echo Arena team dropped a game earlier this season to Synergy, and that actually kicked them into action. And I actually feel like losing a game at this part of the season is actually a really good thing to do because it kind of gives you perspective on like how things are going, what things are working, what things aren't, what things can beat you, and losing games are part of it. The thing you don't want to happen is to go all the way to the important matches that you need to win, having never lost a game, and then for suddenly to be things to be turned upside down, and that either you didn't play enough, you didn't train enough, you didn't think you could get beaten, you could, and it's like it's a good balancer, I feel. So that said, I don't want to say I'm going to root for Blast, but I wouldn't mind if Gravity went down again.
Well, I mean, Gravity already qualified. They did that last week. Congratulations to them. So they won't really lose much by losing. But
exactly, best time to lose.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to lose. And as we saw Gravity, the arena team, Jesus Christ.
Losing in a scrim is not the same as losing in a cup. We all know this. No. Losing in a scrim is like the least pressure relieving thing ever, because like scrims is just like, in everyone's mind, scrims don't count. It does not count. Cups, however, do, even if they are not for anything specifically. Because mentality is completely different in cups.
Yeah, it's because even though like even in like community cups and stuff like that, it doesn't. It still feels like this. It really matters, and you really need to win. Even though like
everyone's competitive, right? And it's like And the thing is, like, community cups and tournaments have context. You have a journey, you have a start of the cup, you have a beginning of the cup, or beginning, middle, and end. And you have, I know I'm going to be playing 5 matches, I know it's going to be against these teams in this order or whatever. Whereas scrims are just like, I'm going to go play a game, and I'm going to keep playing games until I get bored. And it's like, you can count up however many scrims that you play and stuff, and be like, okay, we won technically over like this many, or we dropped a scrim here and there. But like how you mentally engage with those scrims is completely different from understanding like a whole tournament format.
Yeah. Oh, while the game's not, they're just playing a little bit along. It's Lego Boop versus Nilwick and Gecko. Nothing interesting. Well, something interesting, but not very interesting. So don't worry about that. But yeah, it's what was I about to say? Scrims are you're in a different mental headspace, and as we've seen both in combat and in arena, your mental space really matters. Because if you think you're gonna lose, you are probably gonna lose. If you're like defeated and downtrodden, it's gonna show.
Well, the way I categorize it is you've got 3 mental states, right? You've got scrim/pub play, which is generally where you're like pretty relaxed, pretty chill. You're usually not pressured that much unless you feel like you've got something to prove, which can happen in some cases, but usually doesn't. You've then got your tournament play mentality of like playing tournaments online, where you're like really like you're in tune, you're playing from your comfort of your own home. Like you've got a level of comfort that matches up with a level of competitiveness, and then obviously that kind of varies between super competitive and I really need to win this game to like it's okay, it's kind of a chill match, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got LAN, and then LAN is like 3 doors down on the left, like from your house, and like that is like a completely different ballpark where people like the intensity of that is drastically different in a way that usually has either a pretty positive impact or a pretty negative one. And there's few people who I would say like play the exact same as they do on LAN as they do in tournaments. There's usually a pretty big difference in terms of they either play like gods, or the pressure gets to them at some cases, and then it's like either they are worse or they're less consistent, essentially. And it's like it's a huge change, but I feel like there's still it's like a spectrum basically, and I feel like tournaments sit in the middle of that spectrum. They take quite a big chunk of it, but scrims is like the low end, the real low end.
Yeah, it's kind of the oh Jesus, I had a weird one. Never mind. It's kind of a it's at the low end. It doesn't really matter that much. It's just kind of there for you to get better in a blur.
Yeah, it's really interesting because like when I was playing, like I was aware that I played significantly better on LAN than I did in any online tournament. Like it worked for me really well. Whenever I played in LAN, I popped off, and it just worked. And I didn't usually shit the bed. I don't think I ever shit the bed really at LAN. Oh, okay, maybe you could argue the first LAN event I went to, which was the European Regionals, which is the You've Got Time. You've got time to call out to Martin. But aside from that one time, generally played much better on LAN than any other situation. But at the same time, there are other people who I will not name, but who went to LAN, and the pressure definitely got to them. Quite a few drinks later as well.
No. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, you don't. I'm not gonna name names, but people will know. People who went will know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh,
but that's
God.
it. There are a lot of varied kind of reactions to LAN, but they're usually quite heavy, right? As I said, they're usually quite either I'm going to play like a god, or I'm going to play a little bit mixed. Like my performance might go really good, and then it might go really bad, depending if we win games, just because of the pressure. And then and the other one's like, I'm just going to shit the bed. Like I'm going to go out and get pissed three days straight on the lead up to the game, and then I'm going to play.
Oh
like,
my God.
Oh yeah, that's how not to do LAN. Just to say, drink after. Drink after is the way to do it. Yeah.
Jesus, because the few times that I've been like drunk in VR, it's never gone well. Never.
Hungover in VR is even worse. So much worse.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I feel like puking just hearing it.
And also, don't arm wrestle other people at LAN. Who knew?
Ooh. LAN sounds like a fun time for most people.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few minor exceptions for like the fringe cases that either go off one end or the other. The thing is, the people that do really well, like on LAN, you don't hear about it in that way. You just see them play like gods. Like Affin plays religiously well on LAN. Like I don't think he has ever done a LAN event where he hasn't played like a god in one way, shape, or form. I honestly can't think of a single event where he hasn't done ridiculous saves or like swung games. It's ridiculous, and Boop as well, to be fair. To some extent, Boop's, yeah. I mean, ignoring OC5, which didn't happen. It's like, yeah, it's interesting, and obviously each player is to their own. So it's, but yeah, it's definitely something to be aware of. And I think, yeah, you can see the difference of that in scrims to tournaments, right? Because I feel like the difference between online tournaments to LAN is the same difference, but just on the other end of the spectrum as it is from scrims to tournaments.
Yeah. That was. I think I almost tried to say that, but completely failed. Oh wait. But yeah, it's weird. You have to be in a specific mindset, and I feel kind of weird talking about it because I've never been a player. I've played in mixed scrims. That's about as high level as it's gotten.
Mixed scrims are great though. That's the
really
maximum level of fun. Yeah, that's like the maximum level of fun for
apart from popping up and then apart from popping up and then getting a full team of players that you know against a full team of players that you know, and then it's just a pub scrim. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That
I mean, pub script. Yeah, it's pub stomping though. Like pub stomping is like. Pub stomping's fun, but it's also like
It's fun and kind of asshole-ish, but still.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless. I mean.
You do it once, you say sorry, and then you're on your way.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes we've had to, like, you're literally forced to do it in the case of, like, you don't have anyone to scrim, but you really want to play in practice. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's the only exception to the rule where you're like, I don't really want to crush pubs, but I also need to try and find a game that's I need to find a game I can practice in, and if it means I have to go through 3 shit teams to find one decent one where I can actually practice, it's, like, kind of worth it. You get me?
Yeah. We'll just get this sorted out. We are, of course, still waiting for the Floaters Unite versus Spastic Crabs. We should have been in that one.
Jeez, they are taking a while.
Wait.
I've just remembered the reason why they're taking a while is because obviously the payload changes mean that the games last significantly longer.
Yeah. That was one thing that was brought up. In that this can take a while, of course, because there's always a way for like games to take infinite time in combat. They can always take infinite time, but it's much easier for it to take way longer in payload. So that's a good point. That's of course why we're waiting.
Yeah, and games in Echo Arena last this long. It's usually because they are like the best games that anyone has ever watched. Like if an Echo Arena game went this long, I would watch that back so many times because you'd be on like 30-30 at this point, with like stoppages every couple of seconds. Bit like North American games at the moment. Very high scoring games over there, generally.
There we go.
Lots of back and forth.
Yeah, I haven't unfortunately been following too much along with the North American side of things, not even for combat or for arena, which is unfortunate because I kind of want to.
Combat seems to be quite one-sided. I feel like a lot of the games are there aren't that many that are super close. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. It's really difficult because you see some of the top games of like I don't know, V Respawn versus Kango and stuff, and usually one team will have the other team's number at the start, and then it's really hard for the other team to come back.
Yeah.
Like it's really difficult, and I don't know, because it's hard to say if the teams aren't being flexible enough or what's happening. It's just I don't know. It seems to be more or less the majority of games are like pretty like one-sided most of the time. Like we rarely, in comparison to Arena, you rarely get like that many close games. Like the same consistency of super close games that happen on a regular basis. However, EAs have been around for like 2 more years, so it's like the teams are more established. They know what they're doing. So yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, you here you do. Here you're just bringing up the collective IQ of the two of us by quite a bit. Oh
no, lies.
Just cutting you off there because I don't want to hear it. Grr. Floaters Unite did win 2-0 against Spastic Crabs. Yay. So we have our first round done.
We made it to round 2. It's so beautiful.
Yes. God. We have for round 2. We have Spastic Crabs versus Part-Time Pew Pew. We have Blast versus Toxic Units, Gravity versus Floaters Unite, and Casual Echoes get a default. I feel like Spastic versus Part-Time probably be the closest one.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah. I was gonna say.
Do we have someone we can call? Call? Yeah,
call,
sure.
Call? Why would you call them?
I'll call them. I can catcall them, but I've been told that that's a bad thing.
Oh god.
I actually can't. I can't like, do the thing. I can't do the thing with the mouth. That's what I was about to say, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Why do you have to bring the smut into the stream, man? Like just.
I like that thing. That was the thing I was talking about.
The thing you just did.
Yeah, but I can't do it properly. That was a bad one. I'm on A level right now, 100%.
My levels of belief have drastically fallen. Okay, cool. Right, I'm gonna leave you to get in the game. I don't think I have anyone.
We will just send a couple of invites out. See if we can get in somewhere. There we go. Oh, copyrighted. Can't do that. I think. I don't know. I've been looking on off at copyright law for about a month now, and it's just God, Jesus Christ.
Actually, right, I've got a very important question that I don't think you'll be able to answer, but you might.
Right.
Is KFC open on Easter Bank Holiday weekend?
No. Now, do keep in mind, I've been to one KFC.
Hold on. I'm just gonna go on their website. Let me check.
I think that's probably a better idea.
What? I tried to order online and this is access denied. What the fuck?
You fucking can't.
Just denied.
No. Had too much pizza. Pizza? Yeah, whatever.
Oh man.
Again, 100%. That's what you're getting from me. Just all of it. Okay, where are the people?
Apparently it's open.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Although
that's
I found a KFC Jersey Facebook account. It has one cover photo post, and then it commented on its own photo saying "fuck off, you weasel." Honestly, what the fuck
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm gonna print screen this because I don't think anyone's gonna actually believe me.
Oh my god, I want to see that. That's
please.
so great. Jesus, Britain is just. Oof,
Literally, it's just a girl.
that's fantastic. That's really good.
Oh
That's
god.
so funny. Okay, where is Draco? Draco, sweet baby boy. Not Dage. Although Dage had been in combat for a bit.
There's actually one amazing thing about Poland is that they do KFC delivery anywhere, and it's like the best KFC.
What?
It apparently is to do with like Polish law regarding like how animal welfare and stuff, and that it's like the chicken that KFC uses in Poland has to be treated like significantly better than it is a lot of other places.
Oh,
So,
yeah, Poland has a lot of really interesting good laws. Like, it has a lot of copyright laws for, like, protecting creators and stuff like that.
Ah, it's cool.
It's a cool place. I know a girl from Poland.
Ah, do you?
I do.
Oh,
She lives
wait,
in
oh,
the
for fuck's
communal
sake.
thing.
Is it?
What?
Yeah, I thought it's not Lala, is it? Is that what you're saying?
What? Lala's from Poland?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
Well, now I know 3 girls from Poland.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Lala. I thought you were trying to be funny.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. Hi, Nada.
Never.
How are you?
Oh, Nada's here.
Nada's in chat.
Hey, Nada.
Everyone hail the Nada.
Okay, I want an invite.
Wait, Nada's gonna be at LAN.
Oh my god. Did you see that onward picture? Now that we're talking about Nada.
What?
Like picture of Nada and and Muted in Onward, where it's just like you don't even have to see the names to know who Nada is. She's just half the height.
Oh yeah, no, I did see that actually.
It was a good picture. I like the names though. Like it's in case you were wondering. There we go. We have that. That's a fantastic picture.
Did you just see the picture?
Oh, I did. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. I think they're trying to talk to me.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, invite me as well. Obviously.
I think I have you invited.
Ah, okay, cool.
I'll
Wait, 2
get
seconds.
one to you again.
BRB.
Hell yeah. Oh, there we go. Middleman, I don't know what you said, but if you see this, I'm either sorry or you're welcome. I don't know.
Right, I'm back.
So. It's so. So, we have on the orange team Spass.
I just reminded something I absolutely had to do.
Oh.
Oh, because of the barman?
I'm not gonna say what it is because it's a little bit of a surprise, but
No, I was just wondering.
I
because,
need to ask about something.
ESL website said he was barred. Not that I care. I just
Oh, wait.
God messed up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, there's something. Yeah. I'll see if I can remind you afterwards. I'm guessing you were talking to me.
I understand. It's alright.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Alright. Thank you.
Oh wait, I need to check. Oh, this my game hasn't started. 2 seconds.
Yep. So, I should probably show you some game thing, right? There we go.
Can you invite me again, please?
Yep, I'll get you invited. Ooh. There we go. We'll just send him like 4 or 5. should be fine. Oh, we're kind of starting-ish. We're starting a little bit. I'll just switch over to the game so you can actually see it. Again, we of course start with payload. And these two teams do seem kind of very... I think it's the right one. It is the right one. These teams seem very... Thanks, Dada. Very, very even. So... it's probably gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. Because we've seen a lot of the very long payload matches. We haven't seen the extremely long ones yet. And I'm kind of hoping we get one. Just so that we know what it looks like. Because I kind of don't.
Okay, I'm back.
There you go, you're back? I missed you,
back.
man. You're back?
I'm back. I'm the
that's
composer.
a hell of a call, man. So, we are going into our game, and you of course came back at the right time, because we're starting right now. Spastic Crabs going out of their respective tunnels, going into a little one, using phase shift. Straight off the start, two people using phase shift, going round the back. We've been saying this for a long time. Let's see if they can get the first kill for themselves. And one person actually does get a kill. The last one is 2 versus 1, so it's not going to go too good for him.
I actually don't mind that strategy, to be fair.
That was good.
I mean, they have been like punished now because of it. But what this does allow them is that even though they've been punished for it, their teammate was. Oh damn it! The teammates weren't on the payload. The teammates were on the payload for that. That would have actually been a great play because it would have pushed the payload out of that chokehold.
Yeah, but
which
even
fine.
still,
Yeah,
they do die, but they get there way faster. Now it's a 4 versus 2 consistently, and they are winning out some of their fights, not all of them, but it's 3 versus 1 now. And it's just, I mean, they just get that one kill, they get back way faster, and now they have a huge advantage as you just have to go out. You have to do something with toxic units, but you need to do it for people, and it isn't looking like they're doing it. They're just going out one-on-one, which doesn't really work. So they will get to the first one.
Seeing 2 meteors coming out for Spastic Crabs as well, which is generally a relatively kind of nice loadout to have on this map, I'd say, on payload in general, just because there are a lot of chokes, there's lots of peripheral things that you can shoot to do damage. So it's a lot more friendly to Meteor than a lot of other maps. So it's yeah, I'd like that pick from them, and seeing none now from Toxic at all. So they've given up on Meteor.
Yeah, even though I mean Toxic units against against the payload is very, very effective. God damn it, Nana. Very effective. Just talk past it. We don't need to acknowledge it. But even though still we do see Toxic units kind of not being very effective here. I just said right before I was hoping this was going to be a really close game, but it isn't looking like it as we have 5 minutes left on the last push. So it's going to be tough for Toxic units to take this and hold this for any length of time, as we have Spastic Crabs already pushing up, already just going for it.
Yeah, the last point is actually arguably the easiest to hold as a defender. However, not if Spastic Crabs are already pushed up to the point where you really want to be holding. Like, yeah. They're doing a really good job. You will never get... I know! I'm sorry, Natty, you're just too, like, distracting. That's what it is.
It is difficult talking while you're choked. Sorry.
Oh God, stop. Stop.
We have Swilly going around, getting a kill for himself. Good one with the shotgun, just holding on to it. Draco going up by himself, not really waiting for anyone because no one really died. We might see a kill here. We do get one. Copshot dying out. Joker dying out, but Draco Boss is just popping off, getting kills left and right. There we go, holding onto the payload for as long as he can.
There's a huge amount of damage coming in there from Mini-Me actually doing some good work there, but Drago just like completely mopping up after that, and this is going to be them pushing the payload to the end by the looks of it. Not going to get there in time, Toxic, so this is now going to double back for Toxic for their push.
Do you see how long was left? I feel like that was more or less 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of time, so this is going to be a real hard one for Toxic, because they basically have to... They more or less have to get a completely free run, right? They can't really be stopped.
Yeah, because I don't, apart from right at the start a little bit and right at the end a little bit, toxic units, sorry, spastic crabs weren't stopped really at all.
Yeah.
So I'll just switch these around. Now, of course, because the teams switch positions, but they don't stay on the same, like they switch colors, but don't stay on the same place in the screen, so I have to change the names all the time. So that's why I'm just, you can hear me typing away. Crabs. There we go. God damn it, Nada. You're a blessing and a curse. Mostly a blessing. But a little bit of curse.
Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm looking forward to LAN. All the innuendo is gonna be great.
I mean, it's yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. Oh, a really hard push in from 3 people through the tunnel, but they're getting killed out. Everyone from toxic units getting killed out.
Yeah. Do you know what I've just realised?
This is toxic units, right?
Yeah, no, I was watching the stream again instead of the in-game.
There we go. My God, they're doing it again. Going 4 or 3 people against this, into this tunnel. I kind of like it, but then again I kind of don't, because it's 4 people can just get killed out by a single grenade.
Having gone back to my version of the game, I've just noticed that it's currently blue team versus blue team again. And
fantastic, just great.
And I cannot tell who anyone is. Oh my God, why? Why is this like this?
Oh, there was some spectator updates. We'll have to report that. At least it hasn't happened for me, so that's good. But it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for you. But luckily, again, it seems to happen in the rounds where it's not really that difficult to see what's happening. We have spastic crabs holding them back, not letting them get very far at all, even though toxic units are attacking as a 4-man squad every time, which is good on them, but then just not winning the fights. They're taking too much damage. There's not really a lot they can do. They do get a kill on Draco Boss, and he's been doing a lot of the damage, so they might be able to do something here, but these pulsar fires are just holding them back. It's been quite a while since we've seen this many pulsars. Well, as in 2 pulsars.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good converter is the thing, right? It's like it's the tool you want to use if you are getting people low but not actually converting those to kills, which is a huge deal because obviously the healing, as we've kind of talked about at length, is such an important factor.
Phase shift. We're seeing phase shift so much more. It's wonderful, and we're also seeing toxic unit getting pushing up slightly. But then again, these meteors and grenades are just killing them out, and it's tough for them to get anywhere else but just into the firing range of more or less everything. I feel like they should go out and focus on getting kills and then get the payload, but it's starting to get too late now, especially with the time that was left on toxic units. Sorry, the time that was left on spastic crabs' timer. It's looking difficult for them. Jolly GG.
Yeah. So, sorry, I was just messaging Rad to let them know that there is a bit of a bug. A little bit of a bug.
Slight bug.
A minor bug.
Oh, they did fix the free cam, which is good on them. Thank you very much. This has helped a lot. I haven't seen it on Arena yet, but I'll test it out after this. Thank you for that. Really is a lot better. So, yes. Yeah, we see a final push here in overtime. Middleman getting pushed off, but not really much to do. And we have Noobs1 is the winner. That's an interesting name, considering they just won quite significantly. So they're going to be going for probably the favorites for next round, depending on how good toxic units take Dyson. We might be able to see combustion, but it's not looking likely.
Yeah, not Dark's Cracker holding up pretty well so far. Actually, that's it. I've just now lost your stream, and I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh. Because my stream just doesn't work. Yeah, Spastic Crab's doing a good job so far. I mean, yeah, not Dark's Quack. We're gonna it's gonna be difficult. They're gonna have to. Well, I mean, that said, payload is vastly different from Dyson, so you could very well see this being juggled up on the next map.
We could, and we've seen toxic units being really good, although they have had quite a change, it seems like. in the last. It looked like Iterium was no longer on it. He was on. No, he used to be on Wildcard. Oh, I bought this notebook. Why am I not using it? Tell me this. It looks like, from what I can remember, they used to be a different team, and they are sort of maybe a little bit new again, preparing for stage 2 and just trying their best to maybe get qualified. But it's not looking likely right now. They're gonna have to switch up a lot of the play styles they use, because it seems to be very individual focused, which you cannot really do that much here, and especially not when you have a team like Spastic Crabs that's just kind of demolishing and just kind of dismantling.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not toxic units. I'm an idiot. Wait, is it not? Or am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. Don't even worry about it. It's not toxic units. It's part-time pew pew. I said it myself. Toxic units is a whole nother team. Jesus Christ.
I was a little bit confused by that, because I was like, I'm pretty sure Gobshite wasn't called toxic units. So I was like, I don't think this is their own team.
Oh, God. Damn it, I've been doing this for half a year. God. Just sorry about that.
You get it eventually, Willard. Don't you?
Someday I'm gonna get there.
Oh,
someday in the distant future.
Okay, so we are going to be going into map 2 of Dyson, I believe now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be Dyson, then Combustion.
Yeah, so this is one of those that can drastically differ from how teams have played Payload so far, because obviously Payload's only been out for like 2 weeks now. Meaning that a lot of team strategies and how they play on that map will probably be significantly worse than how they have played Dyson, which has been around for a little while now. So we'll be interested to see if not toxic units can bounce back.
Damn it. God damn it. Well, speaking of damn it, it looks like we have an assault straight from the start by Spastic Crabs, which I did get right. Good on me. Thank you. Gotta take my victories. Yeah, they're just assaulting out, and we've seen a little bit of a dichotomy in how people played, and that we usually have one team staying back, not attacking out from the start, and looking at the opposite team, seeing what they're doing, and then attacking out, and we have someone that doesn't really care and just goes in. And it looks like part-time pew-pews are doing that. They're just kind of waiting a little bit, seeing what the other team is doing, and then setting their attack up for it. We have one person going in the back, getting a kill for himself. The point is unlocked as we see 2 kills getting out from part-time pew-pews, and it's looking way better for them than it did last game. They're getting 4 kills, and they now have complete control of the point, complete control of the map, and now they just need to set up and wait a little bit for the last member to get out.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I was talking about. I feel like team play on Dyson will be significantly improved versus how teams are handling the new Payload map. That's it, we're seeing a super aggressive push here coming through the tunnels. Who is that middleman getting aggressive on 10 health, I think that was?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
That said, we are seeing, yes, we're seeing some kills coming out. Jolly also going down. This does look like it's going to be a good push from Orange team. Oh, they're going really low. See, heals. Look how much healing has just come out from, I'm going to forget the name, I keep forgetting the name. From part... No, it's wait, no, you got the names on the wrong way. Spastic Crabs now.
Damn it! God. Sorry.
Spastic Crabs. Huge amount of healing coming out from them. I saw 2 insta-heal grenades and I think it was 2 heals also being popped in that area versus no healing that was popped. Or maybe 1 heal, 1 insta-heal grenade actually from Gobshite. But apart from that, more or less nothing. So that said, we're now seeing the flip of that in the we're now seeing part-time pew pew going into Spastic Crabs with full healing, and they win that fight. So this is kind of the situation we're in at the moment. If you have healing, you win. If you don't have healing, you lose. And yeah. Few teams, only I feel like the top teams are actually pulling out of the fights where they don't have healing and getting themselves into advantageous positions. Otherwise, it's just slogfest like we're seeing here.
Yeah, it has a real risk of getting stagnant if we don't see changes to the healing quite soon. We'll probably see a very stagnant meta, not a lot of change from this. Although
Meteor play coming out of who was that? Was that Drogo? I think it was Drogo. Meteor doing a huge amount of yeah, Drago. Sorry. Yeah, it was Drago. Like he just took like killed one member and took one down to 10 health. Is now pushing. It does get taken out though. So, question is, can his teammates mop up? And they can. So this will be a capture point. Looks like a pretty close game.
There we go. Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of Meteor play, quite a bit of advanced Meteor play. We've seen a lot of players having like Meteor as the main weapon and been doing fantastically with it. Like RoboCreator's been doing a good job, Dage has been doing a good job, and a lot of good jobs coming out here. Although we do see more Pulsar play, as it's just kind of holding their health down, not letting them regenerate at all, which is quite good. Ooh, Swingly. Oh, sorry, Jolly, that was
popping up like 3 kills here. Like Minimi's doing work. He has just taken down 2 members. It looks like he's gonna be in a bad spot. Oh no, great play from him. So what he did there is he was actually stacked on the wall upside down, doing damage with the Pulsar. Realizes that someone just hit him with a meteor and pushes away, not even knowing where the other player is. Pushes away from the wall to guarantee that he doesn't get hit by any further splash damage. However, it looked like Spastic Crabs were able to mop that up with the other members pretty quickly afterwards.
Oh, Drago, good shot. Hitting straight in the stomach of another player and ensuring that kill. They now have the point, and they actually don't have anyone contesting it, so they're gonna rack up the points. They're 95%. We need to see something from Bad Time Pew Pews, or else we're gonna see the first round go to Toxic Units. We have one player coming in, but he's not going to be able to do much at all, and 100 to 88%. A lot less one-sided than the last one. You're completely right in that Dyson is a more figured out map right now compared to Payload.
Yeah, so I think we're just seeing more or less just that. Like it's just you're just seeing not Spastic Crabs. I mean not toxic units, not toxic units. Yep, doing much better just because of how this map is formatted. Mini-Me, I think, did some great work. I feel like the where they struggled in that game was just kind of the general disjointedness of some of their pushes a little bit. I think that was my main problem with the last round. So if they can figure that out and try and find a way of responding to some of these pushes from Spastic Crabs, like through the tunnels. So I like the fact that they are. Well, sorry, I'd say that I don't like the fact they are no longer running Meteor, because I feel like Meteor, in how these 2 games have gone around, like basically largely pushing through tunnels. Not seeing one of those, a little bit concerning.
Yeah, we see a lot of interesting play here, and again, very, very aggressive before the point is unlocked. Jesus. These Meteors are just doing a lot of fantastic work. We have Jolly just going in with that pulsar, not really being able to finish anyone off, and that will hurt him as he gets killed. Gobshite on the point. Sorry, not on the point. Outside, just with that Comet, keeping people down. He needs to hit for this to be really any good. Oh, Mini-Me. Again, a stun. He's really been doing a lot for his team, and he gets the point. Gobshite also gets a couple of kills for himself. Middleman will get one, will get killed out, and we have Gobshite again. Just, we need to get a POV on him.
Yeah, Gobshite is doing great so far. Doing a lot of work. That said, Mini-Me getting taken down really quickly in those tunnels. Oh, shotgun's coming out though. Looks like Jolly will be able to mop that up. He's going to get another kill, but he is super low. He needs to hold back and heal up on this because... Okay, so, oh yeah, and look, like that, he stays aggressive and as a result gets taken out. Should have pushed back on that. I feel like they're not potentially respecting the damage output from Spastic Crabs enough here.
Yeah, and there's also the thing that you want to die all at once. We have an attack coming in from, that is someone I can't quite see at the moment. Orange team going in, that gets completely destroyed, so it's now 2 versus 1. Nicholas might have an opportunity to do something as some people are low, but that healing again coming out means he only will get 1 kill. Draco doing his best to maybe hold them off for a little bit. But he's doing a little bit.
Drago doing work. Ends up actually getting himself killed there after taking out 2 members of not toxic units. So, yeah, good capture from them. That is 50% on the board though for not toxic units. So Question is, can they reclaim it? Because this is kind of where they struggled in the last round.
Yeah, let's hope so. They are going in attacking all at once, but that also means that a grenade will clip 2 of them, and one person coming in the back here, Swingley getting a kill for himself with that. That is called a Nova. And he will maybe look to do some more damage.
Great flank there from Middleman. Great little flank there. Going to do a huge amount of damage. Will get taken out, but after he wipes out the rest of Spastic Crab. So this is going to be another capture. Another capture for the team. And this will put them, I would estimate, up to like 80% here. Because, oh no, another member of Orange gets picked out. So that does look like this could even be the final hole, depending on how Spastic push this.
It's looking likely. We have one push from Spastic Crabs going in, 2 people, very, very disjointed. And it seems like it as one person gets killed out. Gobshite will be taken down by Swingley though. And it's 1 versus 2 now. As a lot more people get taken down, but the toxic units, part-time Pew-Pews, do have a positional advantage. And yeah, Joker just holding out. This is going to go to 100%. Unless someone comes in here, he will just come in swinging at 99%, holding the point for just long enough, almost. As Draco and Niklars are one meter away from taking that point, just a little bit further, maybe even holding on to it.
Yeah, it looks like yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about as well, because obviously it was pretty dominating victory in the first payload map, but now we're seeing part-time Pew-Pews coming back into it because they've been able to get, after that first map on Dyson, kind of a relatively close first map, I'd say. Quite a lot of back and forth thing, but Spastic Crab's able to hold that in the end. And as I said, I feel like part-time Pew-Pew in that game were able to bring themselves together a little bit more and actually manage some of those pushes from Spastic Crabs way more effectively. They didn't run Meteor, I believe, in that second half, but their juggling of like the players was much better. I feel like if they give them a little bit more respect now and respect the damage output of Spastic Crabs when they get low, they should be doing it. Should be in a really good spot now.
Yeah, let's hope so. Although we do see 2 of them catching a single player out, but he will actually catch them out as Middleman takes 1 down with him. And he won't die himself, as Draco Boss also will get killed. That was a really good conversion in a 2 versus 1. He did end up a 3 versus 1, though, in the opposite direction. So it looks like they might be getting themselves a kill more. And Toxic Units, so, Jesus, part-time Pew-Pew is just doing really well for themselves. God damn it, man.
I'll be back in a minute as well.
Yeah,
just,
of course.
2 seconds.
But already at 10%, we do see someone trying to maybe hold the point a little bit, trying to do some work. They do get a stun out. It won't kill anyone. Sorry, it won't stun anyone. But it's looking a little bit disjointed from Spastic Crabs. I need to get this away. There we go. Now I can see again. And just holding the tunnel. Maybe a little bit aggressive, but a double kill. I think that was Swingley maybe getting 2 kills, or someone maybe killing themselves. Either way, Swingley will go and see if he can get a little bit more. He can almost get some, but they just won't be enough as they go in 2 times 1 instead of 1 times 2. And Gobshite Mini-Me will pull them down every single... Sorry, not every single time. Both times. Lol, my mouth. My mouth is doing good work. Speaking of things that are doing good work, that one stun grenade and that one shield that came in after it is doing fantastic work. As they can go in one-on-one. You're here, you have 2 people going up against 4. They will get a kill, but they will get killed out themselves. And Spastic Crabs is now finally in round 3, taking the point for the first time. And they sorely need it, as 71% is going out for part-time Pew-Pews. So this is looking... Interesting for them, a lot more close than last time, and we need to see them basically not give up the point at all, because 30% is not that long, so they're gonna have to hold on to it and not lose players like that. That Pulsar from up top is just doing work, mopping everyone up, and it's not looking good for Spastic Crabs as they lose the point here, and it's when they had the point, so it's gonna be a lot longer before they can come out. We have 2 people coming out, but we're already at 85%, and we need to see all 4 boosting in. 2 players boosting in to 3 players. That Pulsar just keeping the damage on them. Although we do have all 4 players in now, and a 3rd player is coming out slowly. So it's now a 4 versus 2. They will get 1 kill, so it's a 3 versus 1 now. But it's gonna be very, very hard for Middleman to do anything, and we see the point get taken back for Spastic Crabs. What I said last time is that they don't want to give up the point, and now it matters even more because we're at 92%. One time this point gets taken is gonna be death for them because both teams have 1 point each, and whoever wins this will win the map. 3 players, including Joker, getting killed out by part-time pew pews as Spastic Crabs going in 1-in-1. Sorry, not 1-in-1, but just going in straight to a grenade.
This is looking good for not toxic units. This should be a count from them, which will take us to map 3.
The first time we've seen this in quite a while.
And everyone else in the division cries.
At least it's not like a 2-hour payload game.
True, that is true. It could be worse.
Could be much worse. Ooh, the horror. Why did it? Oh.
It could be a Christmas community cup that takes 14 hours.
I'm very, very pleased that I haven't been in any of those, because that means I would have been casting them. And from experience, I can say 8 hours is horrible. 14 hours, I can only imagine. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, I don't know if they actually lasted a full 14 hours, but they've been like there might have been one that's gone over 10 hours.
One of them was 7.
I say there hasn't been a 14-hour. There could have well been actually at some point. I don't know. Can someone in chat
Can we verify?
I'm trying to remember. I feel like there could have been.
I mean, I really enjoy the Discord cups, but Jesus, they take so long.
Yeah, I feel like was there a Christmas? I feel like one of the Christmas ones went on that long. I feel like there was genuinely. I honestly just can't remember the name of the cup that did go on for that long. That's the only thing. I'm saying with like 25% certainty that there is that has happened at some point.
No. You're a caster. You gotta say it with 100% certainty. There was a 14-hour cup. Don't add me.
What he said.
Exactly. So you gotta get angry. Send your angry letters to @StephenFry on Twitter.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh
god.
Christmas cup or Discord cup.
So we're just gonna be waiting to get into
round
don't know
3.
Christmas cup Discord. Yeah, I honestly can't remember. It's like the Christmas cup was like painful, and funny enough, I've actually been able to successfully dodge almost every single one of the horrendously long cups. I have just been aware of their existence on the periphery. Like I don't know how, but somehow I've been able to dodge all of them.
I've only been involved with a couple. One of them was the Combat Cup. That was literally 7 hours. That was rough. Really fun, but rough. So we should do one. We should do a casting, just a 15-hour casting bonanza. That'd be great. Just get everyone in here. That'd be great.
We could do a back-to-back casting marathon. That would be amusing.
Could be really.
We could probably do that. To be fair, actually, we could take 6 hours, and then Pooh could take another 6. Honestly, that's not far off what we usually do. To be honest,
that's true.
It's not actually that far off.
I mean, they're usually 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah,
but I mean,
so,
after the 4 hours,
we've had long cups. We've had long 6-hour cups. It's not unheard of.
Oh, I need to... Wait, just a second. I won't be able to hear it for just a little bit, because I need to fix my hair. So I'll
fix your hair.
Put on my headset in a little bit.
Oh, God. Okay, so while Malaron's fixing his hair... Wait, what the fuck is that? Sorry, I'm just talking to myself.
I'm back.
Hello, hi back.
Hi.
I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim. I'm back. Ugh. Oh
Get
yeah,
out.
Jesus! You don't. Your name is Tim.
No, it's Jersey. What are you on about?
It's like when you lied and said you were 23 years old. That was a good one.
What? What are we talking about?
I don't know. Just the things about you that I don't understand.
Let's keep it like that way.
But
Okay,
so our third round here. It's been quite a while since we've seen this lovely map, Combustion. Wait for a minute. Yeah, just it's been quite a while since we've seen this.
I literally said that as we go into the third map, the rest of the bracket cries out in agony.
Look up. Shall
It's always-
save
like-
us.
To be fair,
whisper no.
the best situation is that the game that is taking the longest is actually being streamed, because at least then other people can watch it, and at least it's close.
That's
It
true.
could just be random. It could be if it's a random game where you have no idea what's happening. That's even worse. At least here, people can actually check on the status of when it's happening and what's going on.
Yeah. Now they know we're at the third round, and that this one's probably going to be really fast because it's Combustion. That's good.
Yay! Whee! Woohoo! Yahoo!
Yahoo! Is that copyrighted? I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about copyright. I don't know if you can tell.
What you be doing?
Finding non-copyrighted music, and that is impossible.
Monster cat, monster cat, monster cat.
That's true. I need to get the thing set up. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll-
the license with them. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't have the money. Speaking of not
True,
having the money, I don't know. We're going into our third round here. People just going in on the point, realizing that the point is very, very defensible if you have shotguns, and taking advantage of it. Unfortunately, getting killed out with the shotgun. Jolly GG will hold on for a little bit longer, but it will end up being Spastic Crabs that takes the point in the end. And let's see if they can stay here for just long enough, or we see one more attack coming out from part-time Pew Pews, taking the point before it's opened. It's not looking likely.
As everyone knows, Combustion is the most defensible map, definitely in Echo Combat. So once you get that point, it's quite hard to get your slimy little fingers off of it. So, or the other team's slimy little fingers off of it. So teams do like to cap the point pretty quickly. However, we're seeing a really good heal push coming out from part-time Pew Pew. This is actually looking really strong for them. Swingly, the Swingly's going to go down. Middleman going very low. Middleman is also going to go down. Jolly also going out. So looks like a good defense here from Spastic Crabs. Lots of members going low, but no one actually going down. And the healing coming out big for them.
Are you watching the stream?
I am watching the stream.
Okay. This is a common problem. Don't worry about it. There we go.
God, stop me, you asshole. Don't let me carry on.
Sorry about
Don't let
that.
me do the whole bit.
It takes me so long to figure it out, and I was reading Nada's comment, and I was, everything was bad.
Every time. I'm gonna close the stream. I'm closing it. I'm sorry. I'm just closing it.
How about the chat and get that in there?
This is like the third time this has happened this stream. This is really bad.
Oh,
Oh my god, right.
Oh.
No, I want pop-out chat, please. Give me a pop-out chat with it. And Nada, stop trying to smut everything.
yeah,
it.
it's not, it's,
You're
slime can
slimy.
be other things.
You're...
No, don't say,
well, no, it's like...
she'll find a way. You know
um,
this.
So...
So, we have
Okay.
already 90% going out to Spastic Crabs. Toxic Unit is not... Sorry, Jesus. Part-time Pew Pew not being able to take this point back yet. Going in for an attack here, just doing anything they can already at 96%. Spastic Crabs will take the first round. So if we have one more of these, it's gonna be good.
I'm
Oh,
still annoyed at
Ashley's
myself.
in
I
there.
did a whole bit. Oh god. Hi Ashley. How you doing? You didn't see that if you were here for that bit. That didn't just
man.
happen. Every goddamn time.
It
can we
takes me
just-
it takes me so long to figure it out that it's not
I know,
because I'm an
'cause-
asshole.
I know. I'm the same, because when you do it, like the few times you've done it, like I've been like, wait, what is he talking about?
Yes,
Wait, no,
it's-
usually, no, it's not even been that. It's usually been you been casting the game, and then I have been watching the stream, and then be like, what is he talking about? And then I'd be like, oh, wait, I'm watching
right.
the stream again. Oh, god damn it.
Oh man,
That was the worst one to date, I think.
it was
God
funny
damn.
though. It was really funny.
It was
Oh
not,
my,
it was not fun.
God. I mean, it was very funny from my my point of view, the Jedi are evil. So, going Jolly GG just getting kills for himself. Draco managing to get a single one, but it looks like part-time Pew Pew will hold on to the point. This time getting there first from a failed boost, I think. From Spastic Crabs, meaning they won't even get in there at all. One payload? Oh.
Yeah, nothing happened. No one has to clip anything. Don't worry, it's fine.
It wasn't bad. Well done.
So yes, I've just seen that. Oh god, part-time Pew Pew's name in game is Bambi's mum.
Yeah. Oh, don't kill Bambi's mum. Well, Bambi's mum is at least winning.
Yeah. Not toxic units, aka part-time Pew Pew, aka Bambi's mum. Are doing great. 30% on the board. I like the fact that they're actually pushing for this as well. They are going to lose this though, so that is the point going to be going over to Spastic. Now we're seeing quite a lot of changeover in these two games, which is a bit weird for Combustion. You don't usually see this much. A lot of flyby shootings. It seems to be like both teams are kind of generally. It's getting a bit brawly, I'd say. Like it's not really. There doesn't seem to be very many coherent pushes. It's more like, let's just kind of go in and kill everyone. With heal enabled, of course. Like, only with heal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very dysfunctional.
With heals.
Yeah. We have Middleman just sneaking in almost by himself, but his team will get in. Oh!
That grenade! That grenade for Middleman just took all of them to like 2 health. They had to back up with insta heals, which is going to see they do get their health back up, but they do lose out on that. And wow, okay, MVP of that fight, Middleman, easily doing a huge amount of damage. That said, it looks like Spastic will mop up. So even with that huge clutch detonator, they aren't going to be able to take that point.
It's oh, there we go. I'm figuring out my controls. Yeah, they're just, as you said before, they're just going in, not like 3 people going in, no one really like waiting for your teammates, and it's showing because we haven't really seen a really convincing conversion before in this game at all. We have a 2 versus 2 now, but 2 of them are on point, and it's a lot easier on point as we see the 2 blue players getting eliminated as Bambi's mom will lose second round. Oh, there we go. Game is finally over.
So Spastic Crabs coming out on top, really close second games there. Both sides, I feel like, yeah, Bambi's mum, aka Not Toxic Units, aka Pew Pew, part-time Pew Pew, did a really good job pulling it back on Dyson. But yeah, getting onto Combustion is the third map you usually don't prepare for, so I don't know, it's one of those that you kind of have to be... Now that we've only got one Dyson map, you can't just be good at Dyson anymore. You have to also be able to take Combustion or Payload. And that is quite a different game than what we've been playing for the last like 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, and it's a breath of fresh air. I was talking with I was talking with T-Bot about this last time, and he was really surprised that it was so like visceral and kind of real, because you could always see where the payload was. It felt just a lot better to watch, and that's what we've been saying for a while, that it's like payload is a lot more fun to watch but a lot harder to balance. So I'm really happy that it's in here, because it is.
Yeah, I think it's one of those that I feel like the changes that have come through are really good. The only thing that it has that a potentially negative impact on is the tournament timings. But aside from that, I mean, that's like a technicality thing that I think that can be worked out. But aside from that, it has generally been like very well received. It's working quite well competitively now. It's a decent back and forth because of the speed changes. A lot of people, as Flush saying there, but a lot of people are enjoying it. It's great to cast. I feel like there are some things that will probably could be improved slightly. Like, I don't know, either it's the overlay or like a couple efficiencies that we could probably find on our end to improve that even more. Because I feel like the map does a really good job of telling you where the payload is in that section. However, I would also, and I'll put in a message right about this afterwards actually, it would also be nice to know exactly where the payload is relative to the entire chain. Because I don't believe there's any indicator that currently tells you that on the HUD. like that tells
Oh,
you
that's
exactly
true.
where the payload is for the whole thing, which I feel like is pretty big, like in terms of seeing at what point in the map you are at a glance, like how far down the map you are. Because currently, because they're siloed, you can't really tell that. So I would like that personally. I feel like that would be a significant improvement from a spectator perspective. Because you can see the meters, but meters is like great, but of how much? It's like you can't quite tell. You need like a progress bar of like the whole map, basically. I feel.
I completely agree, and as I completely agree, our round has been done, so we can actually tell you the results, but this will be the last time that we can tell you the results, because we have third and fourth round being casted by ESL tomorrow.
Breathe.
I need to breathe sometimes. So we have Casual Echoes getting a bye, as we saw before, Spastic Crabs winning 2-1 over Part-Time Pew Pew, Blessed winning 2-1 over Toxic Units, the actual Toxic Units, not the part-time Toxic Units, and the actual one. And Team Gravity winning 2-0 over Floaters Unite.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty good loadout. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a good next round. I'm guessing we're not gonna be able to watch Blast Gravity then, unfortunately.
Probably, yeah. They've already picked that. That's
they will. Yeah, they're gonna tap that. So.
No big surprise there.
Yeah, not surprised at that, but it's just like the only time we get to watch those games now, I guess, is like when they happen in the first round. That's like the jackpot for like the community streams.
Yes.
Like, yes, we can get that game because they don't want to watch the later ones.
We got one of those. We got Synergy versus Gravity in one of the first rounds.
Did you? Oh yeah,
that was one you casted actually.
Wait, did you get that? Wait.
I think we got that last cup actually with the one where you were in Katowice.
Oh, right, okay, cool. Oh,
no,
yeah,
I can't remember. No, that was Synergy vs. Ouroboros, which Ouroboros won.
Yeah, no, that was the game.
So
I remember
exciting.
because I was looking at that, and we made a big deal of that on the stream because it's like, wait, Ouroboros won?
Yeah, we were like, so great.
Oh, what? Since when?
Happened?
Which was good, yeah, but yeah, stuff like that happens.
Could go for the actual Spastic Crabs versus Toxic Units.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool. I'm down with that. You don't even have to change the names, eh?
Hey, oh, that whole game was just cursed.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
The whole thing.
I can't really complain. I mean, like, not Toxic Units, aka Bambi's mum, aka Part-Time Pew Pew,
aka 30 seconds behind team. AKA
yeah, watching the stream, AKA Slimy Nada, AKA
oh no, the slimy dungeon mom herself.
Oh god, no. Okay, that was even worse. Alright, Slimy Nada is like one thing. Slimy Dungeon Mum is like a completely different level of nickname.
In the basement, the dungeon.
Yeah, like see, even Nada's like, ooh, that's like too much.
Oh, I feel kind of slimy saying it. So I feel like we should go into that one. That's not the right one. Oh, I can't remember. No, that's Part-Time Pew Pew.
Don't put it in the wrong one, okay? Oh, see what she does. Her presence ruins it. Soiled it.
God damn it.
Okay, right, so just keep it the right game and join, please.
I'll do my best.
This filler is going downhill very, very fast.
Everything's just going bad. Someone send me a friend request. Okay. So it is Draco.
Oh god. Right, come on. Get in the game. You brought this on yourself.
I'm doing my best. Oh, wait. Did Draco join me? God damn it. Where is she at?
You getting into the game?
No, he joined me. While I send invites. Oh,
they're doing the thing where they accept your friend, they accept your invite rather than invite you. Oh boy.
Where's she at? Oh, he's nowhere. Okay. Who else is on that team? Oh, Swingy has invited me. that the right one?
Yeah, you got Drago Boss, Joke 126.
Oh,
Nick
so this is the
Mars,
right
and
one.
Swingley.
I just messed up the first time around. I'm just an idiot.
Maybe?
No real
No.
surprise there. Considering the first couple of games. Thank you. Sorry. I'll just get Jersey invited here, and we should be good.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello. Oh.
Okay.
You leave him alone. He's fighting Jersey.
If you invite me, I'll be there in 2 seconds.
There we go. Ooh, I think I have you invited. In any case, and the tablet is a lot better, I've just realized. Not perfect, but it's a lot better. There we go. We are there. We're finally
Okay. Right, I'm joining. I should be there in uno momento. Okay, I need to actually go into space.
So this is Spastic Crabs on not orange. It's Toxic Units on orange. And Spastic Crabs are on blue. There we go. I still feel kind of weird about the slimy thing. Ugh. That's because it's really hot in here and I'm kind of slimy myself right now because it's just... Ugh. Because I can't open any window because then people will shout. I can't have any doors open because that makes noise. It's terrible. Oh. The problems of being me. Just, oh. I have it so hard.
What? I came back at the wrong time.
I was just talking about me being hot. That
Okay.
me being warm.
This
There we
isn't
go.
getting any better. We need to stop this. Okay, this is not a tutorial cast, alright? Oh, he's
Throwing
gonna kill
hot
me.
shade.
Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. I didn't mean it.
Oh, this is a very, very weird mood today. That's why you're getting this kind of...
Yeah, it is.
we both are.
It is. I think it is. I don't know what the problem is. Actually, to be fair, I haven't eaten all day. I've only had like 3 Jaffa cakes, so I'm gonna blame it on the lack of food, which I need to sort straight after the stream. But
You need to like order food like at the last roundish. Then we'll just
well,
come.
no, I'm gonna go get food. Well, as you may have guessed from my questioning as to whether or not KFC is open, I'm probably gonna go get KFC.
Probably gonna get some KFC, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
There we go. Oh, there we go. So it seems like we're just waiting on a couple of things to even up, and then we are good to go. We have Toxic Units on the first attack, actually. First attack for Toxic Units this time. And we have the first defense for Spastic Crabs.
Spastic Rabs?
What?
Spastic Rabs?
No, crab. Like the
Okay.
the thing that lives in an ocean. In an yeah. Oh,
Like...
English. English.
Oh, God. It feels like a Sunday already. It's really strange. These bank holiday weekends don't sit well with me.
We
What?
we were just talking beforehand, and I commented on like every time we talk, I really am very aware of how much I'm not a businessman, and you're like, I'm not that much of a businessman, and you're talking about bank holidays. Jesus.
I mean, what? I don't know.
I haven't even considered the bank holidays were a thing for like 2 years.
Alright, fair enough.
Not a
Well,
bad
I
thing.
can tell because none of my staff are at work. It's just me in the office.
Oh man. So I'm not too sure what we're
I got
waiting on,
very
but we are
productive.
waiting for a little bit.
Yeah. So who do you reckon this game?
I
what do you reckon?
actually think...
Hedge your bets.
Well, Toxic
Hedge
Units
your
is playing
bets.
with a sub this time. Tack on Tuesday is not usually on here, it's usually Dage. And Dage has been doing a lot of fantastic work with his meteor. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a... It's going to be difficult for them. So I'm putting it a little bit in the arena of spastic crabs this time. But I'm not actually too sure. They seem very even.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Is definitely going to be interesting. I think that, again, this could very well come back to what we've seen in the previous maps, in that it kind of comes down to which team does well on payload, and then following on from that, which team is better established on Dyson with their setup.
Yeah.
That said, we are seeing one member of blue team getting stuck on the initial spawn.
Well, that can happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
Not a good sign either way. But you know what we are seeing? We're seeing one phase shift on each team. Not something we see often. We usually see maybe 1 or 2 on the attacking team. We don't usually see one on the defending team. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Swingley will do with this. Always fun to see the phase shift. Always fun to see the shield. Let's see what will happen here. Going out straight away on the payload. Joke just laying down some covering fire, making sure they can't stay on there for too long, at least can't stay still. And we don't see too much of a response for toxic units, just staying back, maybe getting some damage in, but nothing really damaging for them that much. Just holding back, trying to get that payload pushed out. And as soon as it gets out, they all jump off it, trying to go on one person. They will almost get him down, but a lot of healing and support for his team will ensure that they won't. And it is only going to be toxic units that gets killed as we see one phase shifting away. Hell yeah,
phase shift. I like the phase shift. I mean, we're always pro phase shift here, but it's good to see that being picked up. Now, they're quite well grouped here. We're seeing damage coming in, but the healing coming out from blue team. Drago going super low. He is going to get taken out. Nicholas also going low, but it looks like orange team are going to get a couple of kills in. Basically get taken out. Taco going down at the very last second there is going to mean that blue team will basically get a full reset on this and be able to set up the defensive line again. If you see blue team are really closely positioned here, so it's nice. Actually, I like this because orange team are now looking to boost onto them. This is great play from orange team here. So it looks like they are going to get a kill. 1 kill onto Swingley. All members being healed up. This is looking like a full team wipe for orange now. A great pincer maneuver there from orange team, I think.
They did really fantastically. In any case, they got it pushed out, and they really need to. Drago Boss getting a kill for himself, but getting finished off by that pulsar. And we only have a minute left for the first one. Now, of course, that doesn't really matter unless they hold on to it here. It's a 2 versus 3, so it's gonna be looking tough. One player getting killed from the blue team already, but both? No, Swingley just surviving here. Making sure Marcel will have to work for it a little bit, but he will get there in the end.
Work it. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, really great. I love that initial regroup and push there from orange team. I'm just gonna double check what your names are. I don't want to have your stream. I'm trying to avoid having your stream up as much as possible now. So I'm just keeping it closed. Toxic units. Okay, cool. So yeah, it looks like Toxic really liked the way Toxic pushed there. That was really great, and looks like, so funny enough, we're having a fight in tunnel. This almost never happens.
It's the first time we've seen it, actually. Really interesting. A lot of what we usually see in pubs, in that a lot of play is being pulled around up top, and it is really deadly being up there because the people can come from every angle, and it has shown. Now the team of toxic units are actually looking to push this really quickly onto the payload, onto the point, but they lost a lot of time on the first round, so they're gonna have to make up for it in this round and the next one. 4 minutes 10 seconds left, still plenty of time, but yeah, they really need to be aggressive.
The triple Nova comp from toxic units is doing work here, I think. That composition, super aggressive, hyper aggressive, great at mopping up kills as well, because they've also got Pulsar to throw in with it. So they get super aggressive, and they have the medium range clean up with the Pulsar if anyone gets away in 2 health. So, and it looks like honestly they're just like running around this now, mopping up fight after fight. I don't think Spastic Crabs are able to get themselves in a position to really set up correctly, so they aren't able to really capitalize on their double meteor composition, because that really, honestly, double meteor should be destroying this, right?
Yeah.
Because like Toxic are grouped up a lot. Like they are largely 2 or 3 members on the payload at any given time. But yeah, they're just not able to capitalize on that, and I feel like it's because they're getting super aggressive on this. Like you're seeing lots of meteor shots coming in onto the payload, but like they're not doing enough damage. And although Nick is gonna get actually aggressive on the payload, his teammate isn't there, or his teammates aren't there to back him up.
That was really very, very intense. I feel like a decent plan for a hold by Spastic Crabs, as we literally had an arc mine more or less every 5 meters. They were always there, and that's I feel like a really good strategy. But they needed to win the fights. They needed to like see that they were clumped up together, and then just go for the meteor and just attack them with that. I feel like that would have been
I feel like
easier.
if they'd had more time, like if this was played slower, they would have been in a really good spot there. I actually liked some of the stuff they did. I just think the execution was slightly off on it. But yeah, I think I wouldn't say that strategy won't work, like staggering that play and slowing it down. But I feel like against an aggressive comp, you need to be very good at peeling, right? You need to be able to effectively peel, and in doing so, punish the other team from their aggressive plays by forcing them to run into arc mines where you can then just meteor them basically from range.
Yeah, because we did see most of the arc mines actually like stunning them.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
nothing
they
just came from it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like there's a lot of cases where either they did a lot of damage to meteors at range, or they had arc mines go off, but there just wasn't anyone to capitalize on that because they were like half the team was already dead. Because like they weren't set up or they were getting aggressive and things like that.
That being said, Swingley going out, getting boosted out, getting a kill for himself. I think Lars, of course, finishing that off, but just going in the back, not being seen, getting a bunch of damage in with that Nova really helped them push out straight from the start here. It does look like Draco Buzz is having a little bit of trouble, but he will survive as the only one. That's a complete lie. He will survive as one of 3. 2 from one from his team and another from the other team, and he will get killed out. So they will have a much better start than we did see from Toxic Units, they're called.
Yeah, so solid start here. We're seeing some aggressive play again. Now, it's getting pretty hard for me to tell who's who because they've all gone blue again.
Oh.
And so I'm just seeing a blue versus blue fight, and
well, it is orange that's winning out. We have Spastic Crabs winning out this last fight with 2 members alive, so they will just get it in. And again, it's looking like that glitch only happens when it looks to be a stop. I don't know what that says about the glitch. But,
yeah, we've already mentioned. I've already messaged Rad about it. So we're actually seeing a phase shift coming out here as well. I'm assuming this is to try and get like this is a nice little flank. Oh, and he is going to get a pick from it. That was a great little play. It is a 1-for-1 trade. However, when you are pushing the objective through this point, that's actually a pretty good trade, I would say.
Yeah, you want every sort of advantage you can get, especially right here, because you have you basically have a lot better time, a lot easier time getting here, because your spawn is not only very close, but you can boost very easily to it. Now, we're seeing a lot more fighting in the tunnels than we're used to. We have here Attack on Tuesday going in, getting a kill for himself with that. Nova getting one more. They just have the final one. He's face shifting away, doing his best to maybe survive, but he has almost no health. Swingy will get away though, just barely. He will get hunted down, but he won't get killed just yet. And it's looking a lot tougher for Toxic Units. That's not Toxic Units, that's Spastic Crabs to get anywhere, as Toxic Units is actually holding on quite well, holding in the tunnel rather than just holding all the way back. It's working out for them quite well.
Yeah, so once you can stop it in the tunnel in this area, it becomes really hard if someone is trying to push up onto it. to get back onto that objective and then start pushing it forwards again until it comes all the way back out to the starting area. Really, like it's just really hard to get aggressive into this, where you can have people sitting left, right, and center with a detonator that can jump on you at any given point. And like if you go in separately, like for 1v1s, you will almost certainly lose because they will always have the first shot on you, right? So it's a really tricky situation to be in. Looks like we're seeing, that said, oh, actually, we're now seeing a successful fight here in the entrance to the tunnel, coming out from toxic units. And it looks like they are going to be able to get this all the way to the end, potentially.
They have just a couple of meters to go. One attack coming out from toxic units, and maybe they can hold this up. Maybe they can stave off the aggression, but they are going to have to work hard, and Swingley gets it in there. Even though a lot of people were killed from spastic crabs, it won't matter because they got on the point. They got on it. And now we have a shielded couple of enemies from spastic crabs, which is going to be tough if they utilize correctly. They won't really, so there will be a little bit of time before they can get it, but they will get it in the end. A really aggressive attack from toxic units. Not sure I like this at all. Attacking 2 people on 3, even though you got 1 kill, is not something you want to do, especially when you're that far away from your own spawn and your teammates.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that, to be fair to them, their teammates had just died, so it's actually not that bad. Like, the timing of it isn't awful. It does mean, however, that looks like they might be giving up this first choke, which is actually a choke you really want to keep. You got 2 units of engaging from spastic crabs, so this fight might turn out okay for them. Looks like quite a bit of a mess, generally speaking, and they are going to be able to successfully defend this.
You're watching the stream, I think.
No.
You're not? Oh.
No.
Oh, it's the bug. Right, of course. Oh, one person coming out all alone. That's weird. I mean, we're seeing a lot of disjointed play, and we've seen toxic units being a lot more collected, a lot more calm. They're playing together a lot more. Draco Boss and the crew, of course, they're called spastic crabs, they're doing, I mean, they're doing well, but they just need that little bit that we saw them pull in the last round. Sorry, we didn't see them pull in the last round. We saw them pull in the last couple of games.
Yeah. Oh, we're seeing another phase shift coming out. Ooh. Interesting.
So we've got a lot of people getting killed out. A bunch of people getting killed out, but in the end it will be toxic units that survive. We have 1 person from spastic crabs doing his best, but Swingley won't be a one-man army. He can't take 3 people down, especially when they're healing, and it is, you know, that's to be expected. Yeah, you can't really expect any more of him. They're going for a 4-man push though, so this might be their final chance at actually making something work. They're gonna have to get some kills pretty fast. Marcel going out by himself will get a kill, but he will also get killed. Attack on Tuesday will follow up on that. And we're seeing the pulsars just going out, doing some work, but no one really being able to hit that much. And toxic units have again staved off the attack. 1 person from spastic crabs is still alive, but again, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, especially when he's just by himself. He has friends coming though. They might be able to push it a little bit further now if they get the final kill. And they won't, by the looks of it.
Yeah, so looks like a solid hold here. So they are gonna... Yeah, this is... Even if they now get the point, this is going to be... This is extremely hard for them to manage, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't, it's almost impossible to ban stats from this. Like you really, I don't know, I feel like we've seen a lot of caps today happening, so it's quite rare to have a team not cap successfully. Which means that the emphasis is gonna be on the next game or the basically whoever's defending in the next round to basically pull off what has just happened here.
Yeah. And we might be able to see it, we might not, but either way this round is over. We have Team 1 winner. So, I think We're going to the second one. I think we are. We're going to Dyson now. Yeah, we are.
Okay. Okay, cool.
We are.
Look at those 43 kills now.
I can actually see who's on which team now. Yay!
Yeah, that's a weird bug.
It's not fun.
I
can
could
confirm.
imagine that being really hard to cast, and if that happens, I'll probably just restart it, and then you
Yeah, I would recommend you do. Yeah.
reuse the thing.
Yeah. Also, we're no longer allowed to talk about the results. Do you remember that?
Oh right. Oh, I was just about to. Thank you.
I thought you were. Do you know what? I was like
Oh.
in my mind's eye. I was like, do you know what would work great now? The results. Wait.
Oh wait. Still have a lot more to go.
We've got this game and then
Yeah, we have
depending on
this
who wins
game, a
this.
potential combustion, then the next round. That's gonna happen tomorrow, Vexy. Vexec? Vexis? How do you say that name?
Vexec.
Vexec. Ah,
Yeah, we can't. We're not allowed to discuss
we're not able to.
official ESL games.
Because they are
on
being
the-
casted.
Yeah.
So. So. Oh, I need to check. What?
Also, yeah. So those games are currently going on and being recorded, I believe. I wonder if they're going to have the same spectator issue that we've been having, which will be
Hopefully not.
interesting.
Why are we here?
Oh, I need to go back and spectate mode. Okay, right, 2 seconds.
Oh, wait too.
Hello, Molarin. I don't know why we are
Molarin,
here.
I love you. Hey.
Oh, things are good. Things are fantastic. Oh. The reason I'm grunting so much is because I have to put the thing quite far away. I'm not just really old. Vexy and
Life is pretty.
oh, okay. That makes sense. That does make sense. We have toxic units on the wrong side, and we have spastic crabs on the wrong side, so I'll just fix that real quick. Toxic units and spastic crabs. Grown more. Well, you got one there. I don't know. I think the first time I've ever been asked to groan more. And actually, I'm gonna be honest. You speak in. I was about to say hentai. That's anime. You speak in anime, and I can't understand it. I'm not an anime. When I say you speak in anime, I mean the emotes, not just the general. My mind is just gone. I had too much food beforehand, and I'm kind of in that mood where I'm like, I'm thinking a lot of things and I'm only saying half of them. It's weird. You're not an anime?
Ashley is definitely an anime.
I almost said hentai. That was scary. Oh.
Oh god damn it! Stop.
Well, it's a good thing that I caught myself, so that wouldn't have been on
Yeah,
stream.
it's
Ready up
definitely.
already.
It's good that
Great.
you caught yourself and then didn't immediately tell everyone exactly what you were talking about.
It's really good. What can I say? What can I say? Said that it was
He
very
said that
good.
it was very. What? Okay.
Oh yeah, my moan. Don't.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. Speaking of things that are, I
Why
don't know.
have I come back to you talking about? I'm not going to repeat it. And moaning.
Going to London now, so I think we have to play.
I don't know.
Sorry, man.
It's been weird. You're gone for like 2 seconds, and things just turn to just to smut. Just ugh.
Well, Nada wasn't here this time, so I can only blame Ashley.
Ah.
So this time it's Ashley's fault. See? Yeah,
See,
Nada
wait,
wasn't
no,
here.
no, you're that.
So it turns out Ashley is as bad at Nada as
Ugh. Ugh. Goddamn. So Oh, Swinley getting stunned out here, but it won't matter too much as we see a lot of people from Toxic Unit actually getting killed out. And it looks like Spastic Crabs has quite a strong hold on this point. They do seem to have a bit more of a efficient play style on this map.
Yeah, so this is kind of generally what we have seen for most of the games that have gone one way in payload, that they've come to Dyson and it's been like, oh wait, we can play this map now, and they've been like, oh okay, cool, and then they're just way more comfortable. So seeing a good solid hold on the first round, or the first point, seeing a lot of eliminations from both sides, but we are going to see Toxic Units getting knocked out, I believe. I think it's Toxic Units.
It is. Toxic Units are the orange ones, and
yeah,
Spastic Crabs are the blue ones.
I am not insane, so cool.
That's good, I think.
So
okay,
it's just one of those days. I mean,
it is.
It's just,
for both of us.
they happen.
Oh, and Niklas also has one of those days as he gets killed out right after tossing his healing grenade into the enemy. Of course, that won't do much except scaring them a little bit. And Attack on Tuesday will go in, seeing if he can get that kill. Marcel will steal it out from him, and they will take the point quite comfortably, putting them on to 14-15%. Holding on to the point, not holding outside as we usually see by some of these teams, just holding on the inside. I feel like it's more of a little bit of a high-level strategy to hold it outside because it's kind of weird. It feels very uncomfortable because you're not on the point, you're not getting points as fast as you can. And this sometimes happens when you don't.
At face value, it seems counterintuitive, but it's only when you start doing it and you actually realize the benefit it gives you of fighting from the outside in, does it then kind of fit together and you're like, oh wait, no, this is great. Like, it's like that is the, yeah, it seems counterintuitive, but once you get into it and once you start doing that as your routine of how you want to fight or go into these fights, depending on your loadout, of course,
you gotta
it generally works really well.
Either way, we have Spastic Crabs, even though they don't actually use this tactic. They're already going up to 90%, so they have quite a good start on this first round here. If they can mob up these two remaining people, then they can actually probably win this one out. We see one player just retreating and one player getting killed. We're gonna have to see a boost from someone getting in there if someone wants to stop it, but they just can't, even though that shield was quite well placed from Taco. Taco, of course, being the sub for Dage.
Okay.
I don't think you've seen. Have you seen Dage in combat?
Dage is very good in combat.
He's very good in combat.
Yeah, Dage has had some really good plays in some of the matches that we've spectated. So, yeah, Dage is usually one of the people that are up there. And honestly, I think a lot of teams have their like heavy hitters for people that are usually like the playmakers or that will end up being in the right time, right place when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Or they'll just go off and pop off and get like a bunch of kills in like a big team fight, and they'll be the one that get the eliminations out. Dage I would definitely put in that category for Toxic as well. So it's
quite a good player.
So we're seeing a 2-2 split from Spastic Crabs, who are going to get an elimination early on. Shield coming out actually, fun enough, from Toxic Units. They are going to also lose another member, so this is looking pretty strong for Spastic to start.
Ooh, good one. Good start. Yeah, they're using a shield. Now, yeah, Taco is not really a combat player. He's subbing in. I haven't seen him play combat that much, but he's doing quite well and has some interesting little individual sort of tactics that he's using. He's using the shield, for instance. He used the phase. A lot of the things that we usually say are really good, even though they might not be, he is using. So that is great. And we do see a kill coming out from Swingy on Taco. So maybe I'm just completely lying. I don't know. Toxic Units, though, trying their best to go in, get some kills, but it's not looking well for them. And with Spastic Crabs having won the first round, they're going to have to really pull themselves together. They want to win this one if they want to close this game. Or we're going to see a round of combustion.
Yeah, so this is... Like, generally both teams are trying to hold on the point, which I find is a bit weird, because most of the teams try and pull away and fight elsewhere, because fighting on the point is actually really bad, because if you're defending the point, it usually means you're in a really bad spot. So unless the attackers overcommit too much, as we're kind of seeing here from Toxic, to be fair, we are seeing them kind of going a bit all out, and again, they're just going to get that last inch, that last sliver of health off of Spastic Crabs and will end up not being successful on that attack. So they've probably got one more attempt here. Again, really aggressive through tunnels again. Like, into 4 members? I honestly don't quite know what their plan is from that point.
It's looking a little bit weird. It looks like the plan was kind of split up, but Taco died very, very quickly. We do see 1 kill coming out, so it's now a 3v3. Toxic Goons maybe have a chance to take this back. As Taco on Tuesday comes back, it's now a 2 versus 3, but the kills are just racking up for Spastic Crabs. If they can get this last one, they probably have the point for the rest of the game, and that means that this is over. As they come out, Spastic Crabs 100%.
There was an insta-heal grenade that went out from, I think that was Joke 126 right there, and that just saved them completely. There was one insta-heal grenade, I don't know if you saw, like half their members were going low. They were about, I'd say like 75%, they were all getting damaged. One insta-heal grenade comes out, all of them back to full, like instantly. And that was huge, because that actually swung the difference when you looked at the follow-up damage from that. As to whether or not they would have died, and that's pretty significant. So, insta-heal grenades again coming up big there. I think, as Flush mentioned earlier in the stream, that those are quite a big deal for those games specifically. So, yeah, just seeing that in action there.
That was good. That was quite a good pull from Spastic. They looked very iffy on sometimes. But they pulled it back, they got it in there, and they won 2-0 on this map, so that's... I mean, in any case, they did prove themselves to be the stronger team, at least on Dyson. I don't know if we're in here. There we go.
Wait, why is Draco apologizing?
Draco apologizing?
He said sorry, Jersey.
Oh.
Why say sorry, Jersey?
Because he's giving us something. Now, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh!
Do I maybe know someone who can pronounce it?
Get out. I'm gonna ban him. I can ban him. I actually can ban him.
Oh my god.
Right, Drago, you're getting a timeout.
Oh. Yeah, how
actually, no, I can't ban him.
Dare you? We love you. We love you, Draco. Did you actually?
Wait, did I actually kill the message? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I just wanted to try you out. Okay, no, he's unbanned. There we go.
Oh, there we go. You horrible man, Jersey. You've grown wild with power.
No.
It's like when King Crimson, and you just figure that out by yourself, because I actually haven't watched it, so I don't know. But I'm guessing there's a reference in there somewhere.
What? I'm confused.
I was trying to relate to all you youngings with your animes and stuff.
Was that a JoJo's reference?
No, it was. I haven't watched it yet. I need to talk to you about where to watch it.
Fair enough. I for a second there I was like, wait, is he referring to a different person by that name? And I was like,
a different
okay.
King Crimson?
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. Oh god, is that a JoJo's reference? Yeah, that is in and of itself a meme.
It is. How does it work? How does it work?
Oh god. Well, I'm glad you tried.
Thanks.
It's
Well,
like
I did get one in there a while back from our stand, I think.
Oh god, yeah.
Casting Cursor. I don't know.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm having fun here, understanding some things.
You do need to watch JoJo at some point, though.
I do, but like, where do I start? How do I start? I'll talk to you later about that.
Honestly, just Google. Yeah, you're anime now. You're one of us. You have become the anime.
I can feel my eyes growing.
Oh god. Genetically mutating.
I'm just being anime right now. Speaking of being anime, we're going into combustion. I don't know.
The most anime ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, this is just different levels of cheese.
Blue squad.
That would be I once had a cheese pizza with like 5 different layers of cheese on it. That's a different level of cheese. This is just combustion.
I hate you. I actually like deep inside. There's just a level tier of hatred you just hit. I didn't know existed.
What can I say? I'm just that kind of man. I'm just special. So, speaking of things that are special,
this is how I'm gonna cast the rest of the stream.
I don't know.
Good luck.
oh, this is just this is really funny, but I'm having a great time. Now we have an attack coming out here from Spastic Crabs. That's not Spastic Crabs, it's Toxic Units. I'll fix that in a little bit. Very disjointed 2-on-2 as Spastic Crabs have taken the point. Oh, it is feeling a little bit weird. I'll fix that. Yeah, they've taken a point straight from the start as they did last time, and they won out huge. Now we have one player having actually not joined, I think, or maybe he disconnected. So a 3 versus 2 is going to be tough either way, and it looks like Toxic Units actually will win this first battle out, which is of course very, very important on Combustion. Not so important on Dyson. There we go.
I hate you
I hear what you're doing.
so much.
Oh man.
Oh god. Okay, right. So I guess I should actually cast. We've actually lost a player from
Yeah,
Toxic.
he's not really coming back either, which is worrying because Spastic Crabs were looking quite strong on that first point, and then they kind of dissipated. But even with only 3 players, they have evened it out a little bit.
Yeah, ESL rules do dictate, I believe, play on, so they are technically following the rules correctly. That said, I mean, they do take the point. What the hell? They actually took the points?
I mean, good on them, Jesus.
I know. That's like, yeah. So somehow Toxic are actually able to take the point off the Spastic.
Well, that's, I mean,
Oh wait, no, the team just
That's
switched
good.
around. The team just switched around, right? That attacker on Tuesday is now on blue team. So
no,
it's
he
actually...
was always on blue team.
Oh wait, okay. Am I? Oh, do you know what? It's because we watched them like 2 or 3 times today. I'm getting mixed up with the different rounds.
Yeah. Oh, but a crushing attack from Toxic Units ensures they won't hold on to this point for much longer at all. 37% has now gone to Spastic Crabs, but that won't be enough as we already have 75%-ish for Toxic Units and their 4 people, and we're not seeing the fourth one getting back from Spastic Crabs. So it's if they don't get that 3rd player back, they're gonna lose this round, and understandably, but still,
honestly, you probably just write this off. They are getting like almost trades here, which is kind of a bit weird, and I imagine frustrating for Spastic, because they should really be like mopping these up pretty comfortably. Now, I think what they did there is that the capture they got was fantastic, but the problem is, as soon as they allowed Spastic to regroup as a full 4-man team, they just immediately lose. You have to basically try and take the fight to them if you're in a man down situation, where you have to basically try and fight them 1v1. Like, you just have to try and get aggressive on them, fight them away from the point, and just buy as much time as you physically can. To try and get your teammates to join back in, which is, I think, what we're going to be trying to get right now, as I believe we can see the kind of movements of him scrolling through the menu. I think that's actually Joke is currently swiping through his menu.
Yeah, that
it looks like he is
just
brushing an imaginary dog.
Although I think ESL rule states that you literally just play on. You don't, like, even between rounds, you have to.
There is a timer. There is like you do have a certain period of time to allow for technical difficulties, but it basically can't happen. Like it can't happen. The games don't stop. Basically, games aren't stopped anymore.
Okay, but we might be able to get him back. If not, it's gonna be a tough one, if not impossible one for Spastic Crabs. Even though they were doing quite well, it's no mercy on broadcast. Sorry about
wait,
that.
no, sorry, they actually haven't gotten him back in yet. So this is literally just going to be going straight into the next round. It looks like this is just going to be a forfeit, to be honest.
More or less. Oh, it looks like he might be joining. Ish. They're looking for him, and can I just say good on them for not going in, because I mean, yeah, they could go in, but it's not going to do much. They're going to try a little bit here, but you have 3 versus 4. They've already set up on the point. You don't really have that much of a shot. There we go. Oh, ESL Pro. Okay. So yeah, they could have stopped it, but they're just going for it.
Oh, they're getting 2 kills, almost 3. Like they are doing work. Oh no, they've got their 4th member back. Right. So here we are. So they are 50% on the clock. This is gonna have to be basically straight in now, though. Yeah. They cannot wait at all. Is Drogo like hidden on the point? I think he's waiting under the...
No, he hasn't spawned yet. There we go. Now he's in. Okay. Good, and he just misses the little boost, but he will be there straight afterwards. Going in hard, but Swingy and Niklas have both been killed out, so it's gonna be a 2 versus 2. Even though Drago is back, Niklas will get 1 single kill for himself, but it's looking really, really tough as we're already at 87%.
Yeah, this is not looking good. I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. I mean, you can't really fault them for playing it out like this because it is the rules, so you can't. There's nothing really to argue against there. But
yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It happens. It does happen though. So yeah,
especially in the 3rd round.
Yeah, that is rough because it is like a bit based on the previous round. But I don't know. We'll
nothing to do about that.
Yeah, worst time to disconnect, guys.
Don't disconnect. Come on, just don't.
Yeah, because everyone can choose when they disconnect. So just choose not to do it in the last round.
Stop it. Don't use disconnects to leverage a positive attitude for you. I don't know.
What?
It was a whole failed thing. I'm just gonna make noises until we stop.
That's my thing. Stop it. Stop trying to take my thing.
Sorry.
Stop.
Well, I've been told to groan more, so that's. I'm a pleaser.
Wait,
I can just do what I've been told.
No, stop. Please don't say I've been told to grow more and I'm a pleaser in the same sentence. Who told you to moan more?
I think it was. Didn't you said that? Yeah. Ashley said groan more.
Oh, god damn it.
The 2 most specifically creepy words I think I've ever been directed at me, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, Nada, not like this.
That's a command. That's not a question.
Oh god. Someone help. Someone send food. And sanity.
And what?
Sanity.
Oh. I thought you just couldn't figure out how to say Santa.
Oh, dear God.
I don't know. It's good to have you back, man.
What? Good to be back, I guess. Kind of. Jesus Christ. Well, we are now waiting to get into the last game, I think. We can't talk about the results, obviously.
Yeah. But I think this was the last game that was played, so we're just waiting on who will be casted for the next one. I think. Looks like it. There we go. So, we will just wait until the last round is up, then we'll wait for the last game to be picked, and then we will pick our last game.
We will indeed.
To it.
So it'd be interesting to see if the spectator client is working for the ESL on their end, because that could straight up kill some of the games, which would suck.
I'm hoping it does. Well, I mean, they do have 2 cameramen, so they have the luxury to be able to go out and in again. But still, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Let's hope they figure it out. Let's hope it's not, because I haven't had it at all, which is weird to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You just have a weird setup, okay?
I mean, if that works, that works. I need to get Windows reinstalled. They really improved the way you do that, because there's just a button you can press now, where you just press like reinstall Windows and it just does all the things for you. Really
Okay,
great.
that's pretty handy, to be fair.
That's really good. So I need to do that because my computer's kind of falling apart. Because I had a broken drive for half a year, and that doesn't help anyone. Last round is up.
Oh, ESL's done for today. We have free choice. That's
What?
strange. Did they record 2 games?
They... maybe. Or maybe they're recording 3 NA games?
Could be.
I don't know. But anyways, we can't talk about the results, though, so we shouldn't.
So, out of those 3 games that we are not able to describe, which ones would we like to watch?
Maybe the top one, because we haven't seen GG yet.
Toxic units. I think that might be a little bit one-sided.
Yeah, maybe we should go for casual versus part.
We could go for blast floaters, because I mean, arguably floaters is like the
Floaters
number
are up there.
3. Yeah, they're the ones that are supposedly contesting them. So
Let's go. Let's go for that.
no, yeah, let's
a
go
good
for that, because we haven't seen floaters yet today either, have we? I don't think.
I don't think we had.
No. Okay, let's go floaters.
There we go. One was for you, actually. Oh. So, I'm just figuring out how my hands work. Bit of a late time to do that, I know, but gotta do it at some point. Go. You won't have to see that. We have boop. We have the wonderful gecko. So who's on floaters today? Do we know?
Let me double check.
Because they switch out quite a few times. Oh.
So floaters have Batsuga, Hackbuster, Chok, Doran, and Voodoo as their 4 players.
I completely messed that up. God damn it.
You are no longer muted.
I'm a little bit of an idiot, but you know.
Oh, what happened?
I just messed
You
it
joined
up.
the wrong game.
Hey, Boop. Can you invite us to your game?
What'd you say?
Can you invite us to your game?
Maybe what I can't hear because these are talking in the.
Ah.
What'd you say?
Can we watch your game?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I accepted assuming that you're already in the party.
We love getting streamed on combat.
Hell yeah, that's good. That's good. I kind of accidentally invited you to a different party though, so we might be able to make a new one.
Gravity, make sure that match is streamed.
Yeah.
I can't do much, but I'll try. We do have to make a new party though, because I invited you to a different party by accident, which is my mistake. So we'll have to make a new one. But if you just invite me to that one, that would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So,
Sweet, you getting into that game then?
You are now
yeah,
muted.
we are getting. They say they are loving getting watched, so that's great. Oh, do you know what is not good for headsets? Wearing them around 12 hours a day.
Yes.
That's my like faceplate thing is melting almost.
Have you got you've not got the VR cover version?
No.
You got the normal.
I just got the normal
okay.
one, and it's like 2
Yeah, VR
years
cover
old.
one's like real nice. You should definitely look at getting one of those. They're only like 15 quid, I think.
Oh, I should probably get one of those. Yeah, I've just been
they're real
playing,
nice.
Like, what the fuck's that? Like Elite Dangerous for 9 to 12 hours a day.
Jesus Christ.
It's so fun though.
I know, but like that's a lot.
It really is. That's too much. Wait, are we doing the wrong thing? I think we're doing the wrong thing.
What
I
are we
don't
doing?
know. I don't know what's
You doing the
happening.
wrong thing. Is that what you're saying?
You are no longer muted.
Guys, we should make a new party because we're in a different party right now. By the way.
Yeah, he's inviting the other team now.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
No, you're in it.
No, this is the. Is this the right one? Am I just an idiot? I'm just an idiot.
I'm making a new pie. I'm making a new one.
Okay, yeah.
You invite me back to the party that you invited me to.
Okay.
Well, Aaron, did
Cool.
we do the right thing not restarting, or should we have?
I mean, you can restart. It's only an ESL broadcast that you can't, but there's nothing to really do about it now. I'm not too sure on the rules, unfortunately.
It's just ESL broadcast. It's just
It's only ESL broadcast, okay.
Yeah. And also, can you invite me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, when we get in there. Great. I was saying something. I was saying something about something. You mean the adhesive on the stock interface melting? Yeah, both the adhesive and the cover before the foam is melting off, and everything is just bad. But I've also been playing that quite a lot. It's a really good game. Play Elite Dangerous, but don't expect to get into it because it's also really weird. Oh, he's just joined me. Oh. Yeah, 3. So, we have our final round going up in... Oh, sorry, not going up, but being played in just a little bit. Oh,
yeah, I'm back.
You've joined the wrong one, though.
I
did. Yeah. I'll invite you again, don't worry.
God damn it.
That's my bad.
You are no longer muted. You are now self-muted.
There we go. I'm now self-muted. Thank you very much, voice. Hera, of course. For those of you that haven't played the single player and don't know who that voice is technically Hera. I think. I'm pretty sure. I played the single player, I think, three times. I think.
That's quite a lot. How long is the normal single player?
It's like 10 hours.
Oh,
I think. Something
actually,
like that.
I mean, to be fair, that's not actually that mad.
It's not that bad, and it's a good game. I really enjoyed just like that first area where you're just in the rings of Saturn and just go is really cool. That's I enjoyed really a lot. So I know like a lot of the lore for some reason.
Oh man.
There we go. Everyone's getting in. I stink. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, so, yes, our final game for tonight is gonna be...
Oh, okay, you invited me, sorry.
I did.
Okay, cool, right.
I'll give you a couple more invites.
Okay, no, it's fine, that should be okay. 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be a Blast versus... someone. I think Toxic Units? Not Toxic, Floaters Unite, there we go. There we go. How do you leave? Ooh. We'll just get that set up real quick. And then we'll have, yeah, Blast versus Toxic... Sorry, Jesus. Blast versus Floaters Unite. There we go. There's the thing, there's the poll, there's the names. That is who we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching them on Payload, which I'm looking forward to. And we're going to be watching them on Dyson at least. And maybe we'll go for a Combustion again, because we have for 2 of the games today, which has been weird. Because we usually don't really see like combat going to round 3, but we have. I feel like we also saw a couple of games last time going to round 3. It's been a lot closer, either way, and that's a good thing. You want close games. You don't want stomps. That's never any fun to watch. It's never any fun to play. For either
back.
side. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Jurassic Park. But yeah, I was just talking about, you know, stomps are never fun to watch, they're never fun to play, so I'm happy that we've seen more even games today, and I'm looking forward to seeing even more of them.
Definitely, yeah, no, it's been good, I think we're seeing, I think the introduction of Payload has, like, changed up the, like, which teams are doing well quite dramatically. Wait, what did we just... Wait, we just went into Echo Arena Lobby? Ha! Who's the party leader? Who is the party leader?
Oh my!
Someone just put us in an Echo Arena lobby.
Did you think they'll find out, or...?
Did you see who the party leader was? I can still check. Oh no, shit, I can't anymore. I can. 2 seconds.
Thanks. Yeah, we're literally in arena right now. I mean, you can take a quick look. There we go. Oh yeah, they're going for lobby now. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. It seems it's not just us, it's everyone who is tired today. Everyone is tired. GG's are coming out. We have Blue Team, Nilluig, and Idolego winning out 1-0. Good one. Great. Oh, it's just everything today, man. Whew. That's good, though. That's really funny. Yeah. I mean, Mateus, you're completely right. On to Dyson. I mean, first map is done. It says in the rules, first map is, of course, Echo Arena. Second map is, of course, Dyson. And third map is Combustion. So, I mean, a good pull from Blast there, but, you know.
It wasn't even me, it was Gecko. He's trying to blame me for his fuck up.
Oh, that's really funny. That's really funny.
You're so full of shit.
Apparently it was Gecko. Gecko is saying he didn't do it, but when isn't he? So. You know what? While we have a little bit of downtime, I'll just open my door for a quick while. There may be some noise from outside. I hope there isn't. Just so I can get some fresh air in here because it is really hot. Like, Jesus. It is so hot. Oh, manual orange is
Okay,
cool.
I'm back. I still have no idea who it was. Either Gecko or Boop.
Gecko. Definitely
Gecko?
Gecko. I mean, Boop says
Because-
Gecko. Gecko says no, so I'm gonna go with Boop here and say it was Gecko.
Boop said it was Gecko, and he was like immediately pointing the finger. But he also left the game straight away as soon as the game started.
Almost like
so
he knew.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I asked Gecko, and he basically just came out and started saying everything I say is wrong. So he didn't even like acknowledge the point. He just like just anything I say or do is wrong. But yeah, it's cool. No, hashtag Gecko things.
Just Gecko things. There we go. I was just remarking, it's not just us that's in a silly mood. It's literally everything is going weird today. So that's good. That's really good. That's great. So last game here, Blast versus Floaters Unite. Floaters Unite they have a couple of different people on their team. They used to have Tutorial Bots subbing in a little bit. He is not subbing in today, as we have the full team of Dorian, Batsuga, Voodoo VR, and Hackbuster. Running a pretty standard comp here. This is actually more or less the comp that we've been seeing all along. Two insta heals, 2 detonators, and 3 healing. Sorry, 4 healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then some weapons.
Yeah, so standard stuff. Obviously, yeah, payload. This will be like, I know you guys watched Blast play last week, right, on payload? How do they play that one out, generally speaking?
Not too different from today, and not too different from what we've seen. The payload meta hasn't evolved that much, but it hasn't really been played. So it's kind of scrambling a little bit. We usually see either a very aggressive hold, as we've seen a lot today, on the first round, the first checkpoint, and that being pushed back, or a more of a what are they called? They're called V-respawn-ish kind of hold, where you're quite far back and just making sure that you don't get to the checkpoint. And then we see, it's more or less standard stuff. They're nothing new we haven't seen before.
Yeah. I don't really mind those kind of pure defensive holds, because I feel like
it's good.
I mean, if you look at the teams that have played today, the ones that have usually lost is because they've had kind of a bit of a shaky defensive line. And like, if you have that even at one point, like the thing is, if you set up a solid defense, like a couple times, and then actually brush off some attacks that aren't like fully committed or whatever, you save a huge amount of time. And I feel like you just need to delay, really. Like, delaying is a huge part of it, and I just feel like the teams are playing a little bit risky at the moment. I feel like it's exploratory time though, so I can't really complain too much.
Exploratory time's always good. It's always
because
good.
it's only been out for a little while, so everyone's just kind of getting to grips with it.
Yeah, the times where the defense have been very, like either very very defensive, or we did see someone last time going for an extremely aggressive hold, like just going in their faces, taking kills every time. That also was sort of successful, but I feel like anything in between is not gonna be as successful. It's gonna be a lot tougher to hold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we have a player not joining. There we go. Boop is back.
Boop back in there.
So that's good. But yeah, this hold is like very much in line with what we've seen. This is what I call a little bit of a too aggressive hold. Actually, you don't really want to be up here. It's very like risky. You want to be a little bit further back, but let's see how this goes for them. Ooh, so a real good boost coming out here, going for some kills, but they will get killed out themselves. Not very effective, and the other two people from Blast going out, getting 2 kills. Boop doing a little bit of work, but he will somehow survive for very long. Not something you want to do. You want to actually die all at once. But this will mean that there will only be 2 players left for Floaters Unite on the field right now. There's going to be quite a bit of time before they can get out, so they're going to have to pull back a little bit to maybe a position where they should have been from the start. Another couple of players boosting out. The payload just trotting along.
Yeah, it looks like doing a good job at defending this a little bit now. Floaters, no, they're getting taken out now a bit, like relatively slowly. They're pushing the point up quite nicely, and oh yeah, this is going to get contested now by Floaters. They are going to get a kill. They are going to stop the payload here. Now, one thing I do think that Blasts have done pretty well initially is they're getting super aggressive because their spawn is really close, right? So by getting that first aggressive fight and then pushing up following that, they can usually just keep the momentum going. So, oh look, oh I like this play from Floaters. So Floaters waited to see where Blast boosted to and then boosted after them immediately. And were able to get 2 kills following on from that. Lego going super low. I think that's on like 1% health at the moment. Not getting taken out though. So this was going to be another successful hold.
I mean, I don't want to call it just yet, as Hackbuster is the only one left. They will win that fight out, but looks like Hackbuster gets kind of wish hunted away, and it's now a 3 versus 4 as the last member from Blast, of course, is coming out. They may be able to push this back, but they're gonna have to do it now.
Yeah, that detonator. So it looks like Blast are basically going all Novas, like 2 detonators and 2 insta-heal grenades, and then all healing. Like, it's just basically a kind of a run around. Just, it's all about pressure, right? It's all about putting pressure on at certain points, boosting after people, chasing them down, and like basically killing them off. And we're seeing 3 Novas and a Meteor coming out from Floaters Unite as well. So we're seeing a bit more of a mix setup from them, but yeah, I don't know. This quad Meteor, this quad Nova setup seems to be working quite well for Blast so far. Just whenever they get like a quad, whenever they get hit by like a big meteor shot, they just throw an insta-heal grenade out and just get insta-kill and basically come back up full straight away.
Yeah, it's really good. They've sometimes actually put preemptive grenades out there. When they saw a detonator, they were like, yeah, look, that detonator's gonna blow us all up. We're gonna have to have an insta-heal grenade, and then just put it out there. Detonated straight afterwards. That really wasn't any trouble for them at all, and they're just blazing on through. We do have one player in the shield here, just seeing if he can do some damage. Will hit once. Oh,
it does. They have to throw out healing, actually. They're all going to be relatively low. Now, what should happen, really, is... he's still doing more damage. Gecko's having to pop heal. Like, he's literally just, like, 1v4'd. But the thing is, his team weren't there to push. Like, as soon as he started doing those plays and doing that much damage, his team should have pushed up and got super aggressive there.
Yeah, they could have like held them back for at least like half a minute, maybe. That could have been quite decent.
But instead, they choose to sit back, hold this kind of more standardized spot. But this is kind of what I mean. Like, this is, I feel, plays into them, because as soon as they get close with the meteors, they're just gonna shred you. Like, you have to play this in a better position than they're playing it so far. I mean, you're just seeing, yeah, complete domination there. Like just running around with Fort Novas, just completely destroying. And yeah, this is kind of what we talked about before about this kind of the meta, essentially the Dyson meta is like really it's completely drastically different from Halo now.
Yeah.
Oh, super aggressive defense here. They aren't going to hold it though.
Just the last bit of defense, but yeah, that was what 3 minutes left on the last one here. Not the best we've ever seen, but certainly a very, very, very good one. Like this is if we go to the final round, it's gonna be tough for Floaters Unite if they don't also get 3 minutes. Floaters Unite and oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. Everything's good. Everything's awesome. So we have at last a little bit of a less established team, I feel. I think.
Oh, and the game's broken and everyone's blue again now. Yay!
Great. Hey, try and do a quick restart if you can like get it, because there's 20 seconds left.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to restart and rejoin. I mean, I can try. There's not much point because there's gonna be half a round and then we're gonna be going back to.
That's true.
Back to Dyson anyway, so.
That's true. That's fine. We have, of course, Floaters Unite now going for the attack, trying to get out here, and Blast holding the point with a little more of a standard hold, way farther back than we saw from the other team. Which is kind of where you'd expect to see them, where you don't really need to hold the point always, you just need to make sure they won't get to the checkpoint, which is what they're doing here. I don't actually know where the last two members are. I can't actually see them. Am I just blind? Oh, they're up there. Okay. They're
yeah,
up on the scaffolding.
So I actually kind of like that. Like, I mean, the hold they're doing, I feel like it does a great job of. Yeah, so now they're doing this super aggressive boost onto them, try and kill them, do as much damage as possible, running on with Novas, detonators, just basically just shredding them. It's just like a very, yeah.
Yeah, we did see 2 kills coming out from, what are they called? They're called Blast. Sorry, 2 people on Blast getting killed out, so that's going to be a little while before they can get back. Oh, and Boop getting sniped, which means this first checkpoint here is probably actually gonna go to Floaters Unite, because you don't want to get killed at all here, because it's such a long way away. And we do see Blast coming back in full force though, as they get 3 kills, only leaving 1 member left. And even though Lego is so low on health, what the? Okay, it looks like somebody maybe lagged out a little bit there, but he will get killed. Yeah, my script, I think he does, yeah, but it's a little bit of a weird one. But yeah, we only 1 minute 20 seconds left. It's gonna be tough for Floaters Unite to get out. They need to go out, get some kills, because even if you trade, you're gonna be in a way better position than the opposite team. But they just seem to can't win any of their fights. Looking for it though.
The way I feel like Blast composition works on this map is basically a case of they fight when they're on top of you with 4 Novas. Like they don't fight in almost any other situation, right? So it's like they will hide and wait until you're in a position where they will jump on top of you with the Novas, and like currently, no team is seemingly like. Looking at this, the Floaters are struggling a bit to deal with it. So you see, like right now, like they've just pulled away. They're just gonna wait, and then they're gonna boost on top of them in any second. Like as soon as they regroup.
Yeah, it does look like maybe we have one coming out. Lego, actually, the last one alive would get killed.
Down members actually.
We have Boop surviving an inordinate amount of time, and they will just reach the checkpoint, but they will actually get killed out. Mostly all of them. Yeah, but Suga, the last one alive, getting killed out. That was that hold was really good from Blast, but it just failed at the last end here, which means that there will be another 2 minutes added on to the timer. And see if Blast can keep this up. Maybe we have a really interesting strategy coming out for the tunnel. I'm kind of hoping so. A good detonator coming out. Oh my god, that means that a lot of people from Floaters Unite will go down to low health, but only one person from Blast is actually alive, so it will be really tough to actually convert that low health player. It's a 2v3 now as we get closer and closer to Blast's half, which means that they will have a better time with respawning. It's still going to be a while, and if you boost past them and not really do any damage, it's going to be tough to do anything. Oh, but some really good meteor shots will make sure that they'll just stop it. That's like a meter, or like half a meter behind. Jesus.
Yeah, so they've now switched over to kind of, I'd say, like a more standard build, like running 2 meteors. Is it 2 meteors? I can't actually see their composition.
3 meteors and 1 nova.
No, sorry. What blasts are running?
That's they're running 3 meteors and 1 nova.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't see them. I can only see other
No worries.
floaters. So interesting. So yeah, we're seeing lots of meteors coming out now. Kind of more, I'd say, of the standardized build. Oh, huge wave of fire going straight into both teams. Both teams weirdly kind of trying to float in mid-air because it's a better position to be in when you're trying to do these Nova versus Nova fights, especially when everyone's like really close to the ground like they are here. But looks like Blast are gonna have a really solid hold. 40 seconds left on the clock. Not much time for floaters to like recover or after this, so they're probably gonna get one more push next.
Yeah, they have just a little bit in them. Oh, that's weird. They have just a little bit in them, but it's, yeah, 26 seconds left. It's gonna be hard for them. They're gonna have to, like, just group up and go in there all at once. And, oh, that first kill, 1 kill coming out from each team, but still, for Orange Team, it's a lot worse. Second, third kill, so it's only 1 person left alive. He's on the payload, but it's, that's, yeah, versus 3 people. It's, yeah, that's a no-go. Blast winning this one out with a really solid hold. A really solid hold. Just a very defensive hold, and then when they actually get in here, switching to meteors, you saw everyone doing that, is, I think, really good, because there's a lot of geo around that you can just kind of hit and still do damage. So I quite like that little strategy. Now I hope it usually fixes itself, right?
Yes, it should
Good.
be. Yeah.
Good,
So it'll
good.
fix itself in between maps. It fixes itself basically.
Ah. That's good. That is good. So Blast winning the first round here on our final game of the day. So we're going into Dyson. If they can win out this one, which they have a pretty good shot at, we'll see them win the whole round. I don't know, I feel like, yeah, Floaters Unite, as you kind of said it, they supposedly are like going for top 2. I feel like they could be. They very well could be. But they need to pull together a bit more. Need to win those one-on-ones.
They have some elements, and as well, I kind of keep saying that the payload's only been out for a very short period of time. And there's like we'll only still be finding out now because it's been included. I say it's been out for a short period of time. It's been out for a while, but it's only been competitive for like the last 2 weeks. So I feel like it's going to take some time before teams start to get a grip on that now and trying to kind of get over these kind of initial. I mean, figuring out what's meta essentially on it, because we haven't really had it to be able to develop a meta for like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been quite a while, and even before that, we only played in 1 cup. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. I say that way too much.
But anyway, we're going to be going on to Dyson now, much more of a standardized map. Blast will be doing really well on that map. I would be surprised if Blast don't take this as well, because they have previously done very well on Dyson. Usually going head-to-head with Gravity, like on a number of occasions. Sometimes with meme strats, sometimes with pretty serious ones. So it will be interesting to see what they pull out for this game.
You just reminded me of that 4 Meteor strat, and it's looking...
Still
they don't
scary.
switch off
Still
it.
very scary.
It is very scary.
Oh, they've got 3 meteors. Okay, cool.
Oh, but look at that Voodoo VR and Shield coming out.
Oh, nice. I'm interested.
I feel like it's a little. It's actually pretty useful if you just want to like contest the point, where you just go in, pop the shield, and just hold it like just inside the point, where you can hold that for like 5-6 seconds, something like that, if you are good. But the shield is also it may need a bit of a buff-ish.
True.
Even though it is, of course, with phase shift the best item in the game,
Well, the thing is, I think healing is so strong at the moment. It's like it's even hard to say that the reason why it's not strong is because it's like
that's true.
Yeah,
that is very true. God, that's swallow before you talk, swallow before you breathe. That's just a general rule that I just found out.
From Malarin.
I'm just, if you're struggling to function basically as a human, come to me and I'll teach you the very basics. Sometimes. Other times I'll just kind of fail at them. So this potentially being our final map for the night. We should be going into it in a little bit. We have a little bit of a break. I'm not too sure why. It looks like maybe there might be some technical issues, or we might be waiting for someone. I'm not too sure. But this is getting there.
Yeah, piece by piece. Slowly but steadily.
We'll get there. What is it? A journey of 1,000 steps begins with one. And let's hope someone takes it.
Sorry, I'm just looking at brackets.
It's completely
Seeing
fine.
who else is playing.
Oh,
Sorry, no, I'm just looking at who else is playing.
We're getting in there. Ooh.
Oh, are we? Yay!
They are
Okay,
starting. Slowly but surely, 5 seconds to go. We are starting. Probably seeing Blast wait a little bit around to see what the other team is doing. Nope, they're just gonna go in, just so is the other team. It's like Boop just killing himself, or trying to, but failing, as of course you can't damage yourself directly. So that's gonna be tough for him. Now going in on the point straight away is Floaters Unite. Trying their best to maybe get a little bit of a foothold in there. But you don't, of course, really need it. No, they're just going behind, seeing if they can maybe flank them a little bit. But a meteor shot will give them away straight away. They can't really do much with that.
Yeah, so this is kind of a really awkward position because nice shield coming out here. Does a huge amount of damage, or huge. It will chunk a huge amount from what the damage output from Blast. And they are gonna take some members of Blast low, but they're also gonna get low. Heals being popped left, right, and center. Truck going very low, just making it out alive. Into heal grenade though, gonna bring straight back up to full. Back in the fight. Hack also going low. Problem is they're soaking up a huge amount of damage, but they're not actually able to get any out. Gecko now going down eventually. Boop also going low, but not actually going down. Now, okay, so now they're starting to get some conversions. Now the healing's starting to sway in their favor. 22% on the board though for Blast already.
It's quite a good start. They have. Yeah, we do have Floaters Unite getting that point back and actually holding on to it for a little bit longer than I would have assumed, but Blast will get a kill. Bazooka will get killed out, so that means there's going to be a long time before he can get back, and they're looking to maybe push in, maybe clean up those last kills and take the point back. Starting off with one, we have Idle Lego going in with his, I want to say signature Nova. I don't feel like he's using that much else. To be fair, he is really good with it. So he's been doing well, and they didn't get as many kills as they probably should have, but they did get the point back and are currently accumulating points for themselves as 2 people are going out the back, boosting in, getting a kill for themselves. Voodoo VR just getting slaughtered. Insta-heal grenades coming out. Tracdoran won't be able to survive it though.
Yeah, I think as soon as you move into this open ground against Blast, you pretty much lose, because again, they're like 4 Echo Arena players. They're better at boosting around than anyone else. Yeah. And you're pretty much doomed if you move into those open spaces in a position where they can just boost around and chase you out, which is kind of exactly what they're doing now. You can literally see Lego and Fearless Gecko grouped together, boosting around, like looking for people to boost on, and they're like, straight on top of Troc. Troc goes down immediately, and no response from them either.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough because we see them a lot blessed going in, like taking one shot with the meteor and then going out again. We see them boosting in, like killing someone, then maybe boosting away. Bazooka may be able to do some damage here as he isn't actually been, or hasn't been seen. Looks like he will get killed out though. And they will hold on to the point at 97%. We need to see Floating Knight do something. The last person gets killed out. Trogdorian can't stop the onslaught. And first round will go to Blast. That's gonna be tough, and you need to pull yourself back. Now, right now, if you're a Floating Knight, you need to pull yourself back from not only a payload loss, but 1 round loss on Dyson, and then possibly combustion after that. So if we can see that, they might be able to, but that's a tough position.
It's a big ask. It's a real big ask, and
yeah.
I mean, there are a few teams who have successfully completed that. So I'm not that surprised to see. Like, I mean, Blast are looking at a really strong position right now. Yeah, this triple meteor again from them, and I feel like the fact that floaters are currently trying to play through tunnels just kind of indicates where this is going. Lego will get picked up on this attempt to flank though, which is good for them. The problem is they now need to capitalize on that, right? Because they've got this pick. Go to them, fight them. This is the one time where you're going to be in a 4v3 situation. If you just wait like this, they'll just wait and bait until Lego gets back up, and then they'll fight you. Like, you need to actively do something about it, because they literally just sat in tunnels. They don't want to move out because they're scared because of the amount of meteor fire. Like,
Don't get a little bit of damage in on itself, but I completely agree. You've made the opening, now you need to take it. You need to take that opportunity that you've made for yourself, because if not, it's just a random kill that won't do you any good. It does look like they're kind of even right now, but as Gecko moves in, it's looking less and less likely, and we have Blast taking the point for the first half here. I think that was Trogdorian doing a little bit of an Oompa Loompa, just going up and down and up and down.
Yeah. Peeking for the shots, basically. But the problem is, you got 2 people there just flowing into you. Like, it's not doing it. And just team running through tunnels against 2 meteors now. It's just like suicide. Like, this is the kind of strategy and this is the kind of build that beat VR Respawn's their holding position for a very good reason. Is because meteors beat out like tunnels, right? It's just
It's a
playing through
weird
tunnels. It's painful to see, to be honest.
Well, it's one of those things that we see with very high level teams, is that they can respond in game. They don't need a game to kind of recuperate and then respond. They can be like, oh, okay, they're using meteors, we shouldn't be in tunnels. Boom, there we go. Like that's really like high level stuff that we don't necessarily see from every team. And as we go up here, we actually see Bazooka getting a kill. Using that insta-heal grenade on himself won't be enough though, as Idolego comes in with his Nova and cleans him up. So 56% already. Okay. We're seeing a lot more congestion from Floating Knight, but you're gonna have to do more.
Yeah, it does indeed. So...
Gecko with a great shot. 2 great shots there. Hitting people that are just floating around with his meteor. Really, like, just good on him for hitting those shots and good on him for getting those kills. Which means that attack will be a complete flop, even though we have 3 people alive. They're gonna have to go in. What is happening here? Lego getting a little bit too aggressive.
I think Lego's got Lego's position in this team is basically like as a flanker.
Yeah.
And then what Blast are actually doing, which is really good, is they're actually like, if he gets picked off, they're actually pulling back and just like waiting for the next attempt, and then they're fighting full force because now they're going to be going into this fight like it's 4v3, and they're actually going to lose out pretty heavily. Gecko being taken low, and this is going to be, I think, the first successful fight really for floaters.
Ooh. There we go. But yeah, they take the point, but they're gonna have to hold on it for quite a bit. And as Bazooka gets killed out, you see a really good shot coming out from Trogdorian, but yeah, they're coming in here again, taking the point back, pushing him off it, and now we go to 95%, which means this will probably be over.
Yeah, that will be game, and that'll be Blast taking it 2-0.
That's good. Good on them. Good on them. Good
That's
for.
all she wrote.
That is indeed what she wrote, and she being someone. I don't know who she is.
Nada's not here anymore, so it's not Nada.
I guess it's gonna have to be Ashley then. I don't know.
I don't think she's here either.
Oh, the horror.
What?
But
Oh god.
either way, it is a good game out to Blast, who will win this last round. So good on them for that. And here at the end of the cup, did you see any surprises at all? Anything you were like?
Not really. I think we're gonna have to look out for the games. Obviously, they're going to be casted by the ESL tomorrow for the VRL League channel. So we get to see some of the good games, including Blast versus Grab, which I definitely want to see. But yeah, I think from the other teams, not really. I think Blast had a pretty dominant game on the last map, but we've generally not seen floaters challenge them too much this season. So, I mean, it would have been a surprise if they had gone pretty heavily. One thing I think that has been pretty visible throughout the cup today, though, is that the teams that would have previously been favourites on Dyson have struggled quite a lot on payload, but then when they've gone to the second map, they've done a lot better. So it's been like, usually it's been like for the two of the games we watched so far, it was a stomp in the first like payload map, but then they get onto Dyson and it's like either super close or they win it. And it's like, I think it's pretty visible difference between the teams that are doing well on the new payload map versus the teams that are like doing well on Dyson, because they're not the same every time, which is being quite clear.
Yeah, it's definitely shaken up the meta quite a bit, because if you like, yeah, we talked about this a lot, where you like, if you beat someone really hard, you can really put them off on the next game, and if you just think like, we're just gonna be really, really good on payload, and then kind of, try our best on Dyson, it can be a good strategy.
Yeah, I mean, Dyson is now 1 of 3. It's no longer 2 of 3, in that if you're good at Dyson, that's it, you can win.
Yeah.
It's now 1 of 3. So being good at Dyson, or even going close on Dyson, isn't good enough anymore. You now have to, you have to ideally be able to play all of these maps very effectively. I think payload is quite different. The play styles, how it works, and as I said, we're just starting to see the meta form around that now. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that builds and develops. And yeah, it's interesting. I think actually the only map we've seen the team stop it completely on defense, like pretty early on, has been Blast, who had a really dominant hold against floaters at the beginning. So it's like, and that was their super aggressive 4 Nova hold, where they kind of pushed really fast, and their team wasn't able to get it past the second point. So yeah, I think it's interesting to see how that develops, and yeah, looking forward to seeing more.
I'm very much looking forward to it too. Now we have, for you viewers, a lot more coming right now, not on our channel, but on the channel of Poonanas, who will be streaming the North American part of this cup.
Hey, raid time.
So yeah, we are going for raid. I'm just pulling his thing up now so that I can actually get I can do the thing.
We can cross the beams.
Let's cross the beams. Let's see if this works. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been. If this works, we will be signing off now. If not, I'll be signing off in a little bit, but we should do it now anyways.
Yeah, great.
It's been fun to cast.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, how it going? It's good to have you back. Let's see. Invalid username. Invalid username. Let's try again. Oh, and of course, you can join us. Talking and writing at the same time is hard. You can join us tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's going to be Arena instead. So we're looking forward to that. And next week, there will be more. You know the drill. We've been doing this for a while. You know how this works. Have anything you want to help with or say it to me or Jersey on Discord. Probably to me. Maybe to Jersey. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Have a great night, everyone. I think this raid thing works.
Have a good evening.
It does. Have a good evening.
Cool.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye.